character introduction. So I'd like to ask each of you to describe and introduce your characters. And just for the semblance of some order, would like to go in alphabetical order by character. So that means Alina is up first.
Right, Alina is a. She doesn't seem short when you first see her, but then you get close to her and you're like, oh wow, you're like 5 foot tall. Um, she is a white-haired paladin in half plate, with dramatic scars across her face in X shapes. Um, and she is almost never not smiling or grinning. And she's really excited for this party,
Yeah.
even if she has to work.
Excellent. And how about Bella?
Uh, Bella is tallish, and she's very pale. She is a storm sorcerer, and she has a little friend that follows her around everywhere at the party. And let's see, she doesn't really like religion. Yeah.
Wow.
She's very she's kind of impatient. So like if people are discussing a lot, she'll probably just say, "Let's just go in," and she'll do it.
Always fun to have somebody like that around. How about Bo?
Well, Bogart Talburn Noel Leonard M. Cathra, called Bo, is a 6 foot tall, 24-year-old half elf. He's got quite a bit of presence. Like copper colored hair, blue eyes, but has like Disney princess vibes around him. Like generally is like very like optimistic, thrilled to be invited anywhere, and just really believes in you.
Excellent. Felix.
Hi! Hi, I'm just happy to be here. I've never met most of you before, but some of you are, and we're all going to be great friends. Felix Erasmus, pronouns he, they, is like shortish for someone who was probably assigned male at birth. Slim, red hair, with kind of like a fox white streak in it, cool vine tattoos. Felix is happy just to be nominated. They are just a cheerful, curious, interested presence who is here to support anything that anyone really needs. Felix also has a friend. Felix's friend following them is Bergamot the goat.
I am happy that Felix is happy to be here. And then we have Theodosia.
Oh, I'm sorry. Felix is a cleric wizard mashup. Sorry about that.
Fantastic. Theodosia Brightwood, Theo to her friends, is a human valor bard, of a mild-mannered appearance, on the tallish end of medium, brown hair, brown eyes. Also happy to be here. Don't mention her name to some of the nobles who are present, though, because they're still mad that she wrote a very satirical song about them a few years ago. So, mild-mannered of appearance and quick of wit.
I think that we're going to have fun. Question for everybody so because you're an established adventuring party for purposes of this game, but you haven't actually played together with these characters before, I would like to take some inspiration from Good Society and go around the table with each player suggesting something that you have done as a group before. What do folks think of that?
That sounds awesome.
Love it.
Really does.
All right. So who would like to go first?
I'll go first. I feel like our first adventure was the basement of our favorite bar, The Last Call, and just exterminating the rats of unusual size that had infested the place. Given that there were an excessive amount of bards and a paladin who thinks that she's a bard, we probably were there already.
We're just happy to help. No problem. Well, yeah, we can help. Absolutely.
All right. So you have done some work exterminating rats of unusual size. Anything else?
Feel like there's. Sorry.
No, go ahead. You got to it first.
Okay. I was gonna say, I feel like there's a since we are in a coastal city, I feel like there was a siren incident. Like details are kind of muddled. Like the group doesn't really talk about what happened, but like it's kind of the thing that occasionally folks will refer to, like, oh, phew, the siren incident. Like it's been addressed and taken care of, but it's just that thing that everyone mutually acknowledges we're just not going to get into.
We don't really want a repeat of the siren incident.
No.
Might have been some disagreement about strategies and whether we chose the right ones.
I don't want to, like step on your story, but I feel like Bella kissed the siren at some point.
I mean, we
that's
weren't going
likely.
to talk about it.
Look, given
We
this
agreed we
lineup,
weren't going to talk about it.
given this lineup, I think everyone could just kiss the siren at some point.
I was just gonna say who didn't kiss the siren.
Right.
I don't think Felix kissed the siren.
Felix didn't.
But says that they did to make everyone else feel better about having fun. So.
And also regarding the last call, the bartender there is a fellow named Leaf who is very grateful for your extermination.
Is this Leaf alive or is this Leaf a ghost?
Alive.
Okay, good to know so far. I will contribute. I don't know if this was actually a mission or if this was just we were all strolling through Waterdeep and noticed a thing that needed to be done. I think we definitely had a rescue cat from rooftop situation that where the cat turned out to be a displacer kitten.
Oh, cute.
I love it so much.
That's all I know, but I think it happened.
Great.
You can definitely nix this, Rebecca, but I think that Bella's first introduction to the other people might have been when her friend, the family of her friend, whose name is Makur, was worried about him and decided to ask some friendly people to try and figure out what was hurting him. And then the discovery was that no, actually, this is a consensual thing. And so therefore there was no vanquishing to be done.
The vampire was not slain. Instead, she was welcomed into the group.
Yeah.
This is like that Ask a Manager letter from the person who was like, "No, I'm just into some stuff, and sometimes it's awkward when my colleagues see my sleeves rolled up in the restroom." That was the conversation we had with McCoy's parents
Given
or
that the
family.
most religious person in this group is Alina, she's just gonna be like, "All right, that seems fair."
We don't kink shame here.
No, no.
consenting
Whatever's-
vampire and non-vampire.
You do what you do. Live life to the fullest, YOLO.
YOLO.
I
And then
think also, since this is a group of lots of bards and aspiring bards and just very artistic people in general, it seems like there was definitely like an open mic night at the pub at one point
Yes.
that went horribly awry because of a mimic.
oh,
Someone sat in a chair that was actually a mimic, and it was a problem. So there was both a competition and a vanquishing.
Yes.
Nice.
And we don't talk about the mimic. That's just a footnote as to the competition.
Exactly, the competition is the most important part.
now I want to run that adventure.
maybe that's next.
Maybe the next time that we have a spare slot, a spare time slot.
I love that.
So thank you for this excellent party history, everybody. I'm going to drop that, and I'm going to drop this all into the chat.
Oh, I'm so excited.
And also before we kick off, I want to do a quick check-in on safety, and consent. I figure same general lines as to no harm to children, no harm to animals, no real world type racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, ableism, and no spiders. Anything else that comes to mind as problems for people?
Nope. Sounds good
Nope.
to me.
All right. There is a brief moment of body horror here, but it's going to be extremely veiled. Like I'm not going to mention anything beyond what is strictly necessary.
Okay.
Delightful. Yeah, I'm a no super graphic gore person, but I don't think that's your usual DMing style anyway. So
Yeah, I prefer not to. So yeah.
cool.
All right. So, it is a lovely spring evening. There is a light breeze and a clear sky. You can see the stars above. The cherry trees are blooming. This version of Waterdeep, I have decided, has cherry trees. And you are all dressed up to go to a party together in honor of Volothamp Gedarn and his new book, Volo's Guide to the Trackless Sea. And so dressed for a party and prepared to mingle, but also aware of the possibility of trouble, you approach the party location, the Hawkman statue in the Castle Ward, which is a giant statue of a winged man. The wings are tucked tightly behind his back, and the statue's left arm is outstretched as though to motion somebody to stop. You make your way through exterior gardens, where both flowers and herbs are growing in neatly arranged plots. And you approach the base of the statue, where you meet a tiefling bard in a simple green uniform. Invitations, please.
Oh, were we supposed to bring? Oh, what? Just a moment. Bo like gives this like charming grin as he starts like ruffling through his pockets.
Felix
So-
produces the group's invitations and hands them to tries
Yeah.
to slip them to Bo without anyone else noticing.
Give me sleight of hand.
10.
What's everybody else's? Everybody notices.
Nope. No, they do not.
Oh, delightful.
Alina's passive perception is 9. Bo had them the entire time.
And Alina does not notice, but everybody who passes is above 10 notices.
Bo collects the invitations and then passes them in a packet. He does not hand them out to the rest of the group. Just hands them all to the tiefling. Terribly sorry about that. That was rather uncharacteristic. I'm usually much more put together than that.
Of course, of course. And the question at this point, are any of you visibly armed?
Alina is, yeah.
Okay. And so the guard will take a look at Alina. Your weapons, ma'am. They're not allowed in here.
All right. She takes off. She's gonna take off her long sword and put it up on the thing. She's gonna take off both of her daggers and put them on the thing. It's like a goddamn comedy skit. Um, question. I mean, no. Okay. She takes out the bag of caltrops and puts that on the thing because it's kind of a weapon.
Oh, but you're attached to those. You're gonna want those later. We might have to play a game.
I mean, if we need to play a game, I have the ball bearings.
But that's not the same. Those roll. Only the marble's supposed to roll.
True.
Jacks
She
aren't.
takes the caltrops and puts them back in her pocket.
Are you planning?
No,
Are,
it's
are,
not
are you
perfectly.
planning to play with ball bearings here?
No, just the
Yeah.
caltrops.
Felix, is a net a weapon?
I think it depends on how you use it. I
Mm.
look at the tiefling.
Yeah, I
for a
was looking at the
decision.
tiefling like.
The tiefling has already accepted all of Alina's weapons and is carrying them into a crate to be locked up for the evening.
Bella does have 2 small daggers. They're hidden. She's not going to take them off. I mean, that's not like her main weapon anyway. So.
Theo also has a dagger which is hidden, but she does take off a light crossbow and a rapier to be locked up.
Okay, yeah, those weapons are also locked up in the chest.
Bo also surrenders a rapier and a dagger. Do be careful with that. It's a family heirloom.
She does have these Bella has these fashion things. You can see them on her full-length portrait. They're like these, like the little finger claw thingies, and they're for fashion. I don't know. Does the tiefling want those?
No, I think that they recognize these as just for fashion. Very good. You are welcome to enter. And you do go up the lift to go up the lift to where it stops, and and then you'll be at the party.
Thank you ever so much. This is a pleasure meeting you. Also, this color, excellent choice. And Bo heads inside.
The tiefling grins at Bo.
Scurry
Cool.
after. Very excited to see this party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I is Bergamot with me, or is Bergamot just like free range?
I mean, goat. So probably starting to go kind of free range. He's your goat, so you can make an animal handling check with advantage to get him into the elevator with you.
Okay. I do think I wasn't sure if all of our friends were with us or if just some of our friends some of our friends were with us. Okay. I do want to stipulate that Felix has like little like cut up carrots that he's bribing Bergamot with. So let's try that check.
Yeah. So stipulate.
21.
Yep, you are able to get Bergamot into the elevator with you, no problem. And as for all of the connections, you're going to encounter them once you're inside the party. So yeah, the 5 of you, and also reminder to everybody, everybody has a Chaos Goat token for tonight that you can do in order to make goat-related chaos happen. And so you enter into an elevator, and that brings you up without incident. And at that point, you find yourselves in a narrow entrance hall with a green rug that runs the length of the hallway toward a closed door at the far end. Um, and as you walk down the hall, you bypass a couple of dragon statues on either side of the rug. Um, and then you encounter two other guards at the front door. Um, there is a gnome and a halfling. And the gnome, pleasure to meet you. I'm Bim Bom, and here's where you can. Here is the general. Here's the plan for the party. This entrance area is the second floor of the building. Past this door is the foyer, ballroom the other side of the double doors. First floor, banquet hall and kitchen. Third floor, bar and library. Fourth and fifth floors, all the doors up there are closed. Those are living quarters. Please don't go in there. Up top's the balcony. It's okay to go there. And I'm going to copy paste that speech for all of you so that you have it for reference.
Yeah,
I
thank
was
you.
just gonna ask for a map.
Yeah. Because Bim Bom is is extremely enthusiastic and talks very quickly and assumes that you are absorbing all of this information.
Felix is listening very attentively and nodding to indicate comprehension the entire time Bim Bom is talking.
So living quarters, no. Balcony, yes.
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Great view from the top of there's a great view from the of the top of the city.
Oh, delightful. I do love a good view.
And with that, Bim Bom opens the doors, and you are ushered into the entryway. And so there is a grand staircase that dominates the room, and as well as a large statue of one of the other walking statues of Waterdeep. There are sconces on the walls that glow very much like daylight, and you hear spooky violin music coming from the ballroom, as well as seeing various guests milling around. What would you like to do?
Gripe to Phoenix. Or Gripe to Felix, sorry. This is the first time I've not had a weapon since I think I was like 9.
I mean, you pretty much are a weapon, so does it make a difference?
I guess you're right. I could always just hit something.
I bet we could find you a weapon if we needed to.
Yeah, like, I mean, there's chairs, so you're right. Okay, that makes me feel better, thank you.
I believe in you. I'm also realizing we don't have a rogue, but we've been adventuring a while together. Who in the group is likeliest to go like herring off on their own without?
Oh, for sure,
Warning.
Bo.
I think, yeah, I think that's a whole thing in our group, probably.
Yeah, could be anyone. So as we sort of walk in after reassuring Alina that she can totally kill somebody with her bare hands if she needs to, not that she needed reassurance, just that's what I'm here for. Felix is gonna reach up and like kind of grab hold of one of his canine teeth, and Felix is like he's got fine teeth, but they're like a little too sharp, and just kind of like yank it out, and drop it into Bo's pocket. Okay, you know what to do. I mean, you don't do anything, but you like I know what to do. So just don't throw it away this time. It's a whole thing if I have to pull it out of the trash because they're really hard to find.
I really apologize for that one time. I didn't realize that it was yours, and it just became like it's this whole siren thing. It's just I wasn't thinking straight. I
should have warned you. It's okay. Yeah, but just like if somebody else is gonna be the silly one tonight, and not that you're silly, just like it's a good way. It keeps things really interesting. So if somebody else is gonna be even more impulsive tonight, I might need it back. But otherwise, it's all yours.
Well, thank you. Good luck finding me later, or I will find you later. One of the two. And Bo heads off to somewhere. I have to look at the list of locations again. He immediately starts heading like up the stairs towards the balcony.
Excellent. Up to the balcony, Bo goes. And where's everybody else going?
I think Felix is heading towards the spooky violin music. Is Bella going there too, or is Bella just appreciate spooky violin music?
Yeah, Bella's going there too.
Delightful. Felix also has a viol. It's not a weapon, so he's kept it.
And Theo is gonna go with them because she wants to check out the music and musical offerings.
Excellent.
Alina's gonna go to the bar.
Okay. Alina to the bar, Felix, Bella, and Theo to the ballroom, and Bo up to the balcony. Okay. So I will do my best with some split screen. And I'm going to begin with the three people who are going to the ballroom. All right. So I'm going to move the player token flag over to our ballroom map. And in here, we have a we've got pretty standard ballroom. A couple of fancy chandeliers, some chairs lining the walls, and several couples dancing the waltz to the spooky violin music. And our violinist, we've got one player, a human woman with black hair that has streaks of white and purple in it, and wearing bright blue lipstick. This is our violinist. I believe I've just hit show to players on her. Let me know if that works.
Not seeing a pop-up.
Okay. Roll 20 is great. I'm gonna see if I can upload her image to the Discord.
Delightful.
Da, 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 da. What I have is a whole lot of images of kittens from Kitten Academy. This is the violinist.
I think I know who this is. Do any of us characters know who this is, or does the only person who's no longer in the room know who this is?
That depends. Bo, have you told your adventuring party about her at all?
I doubt it. Because I joined up with the group before or after the band split. So yeah, no one knows who this is. Like you've heard Bo talk about his band, but nothing more specific than like the band.
Okay. So she looks cool, and she is a mystery to all of you. That's probably fine. You notice a few people, a few couples dancing the waltz to said music, including Lord and Lady Castellander, who are a noble couple who have recently gone from some extremely terrible fortunes to some extremely good ones.
Theo's gonna
And
take this moment to just kind of step back and be partially obscured by Bella and Felix.
Remind me how tall Theo is, please.
5'8".
Good luck with that. So you're like half a head taller than either of the other people you're hiding behind.
As long as they see you first, it's not gonna matter, she says to herself.
It's fine. With my passive perception of 16, I stand on my toes to help.
Thank you.
there are also some servants circulating throughout the room with plates of champagne and some various canapes. And a few people who are mingling to the sides of the ballroom, drinking their champagne, eating their snack, and also mingling amongst themselves. And could somebody roll a d4 for me, please? All right. And so you overhear somebody in this somebody in one of these groups of minglers say, "Oh, of course Volo enjoys a drink, doesn't. But to get so drunk as to lose a month worth of notes is hardly a good show of character."
Interesting.
And the conversation continues. A month's worth of notes? Really? I didn't realize and it continues. Well, I didn't realize Volo took notes. I thought that he simply just wrote whatever came to mind.
I'm whispering to my companions plus my companions' friends plus Bergamot. I thought that too. Do you think he's been trying something new? That's too bad if he lost his notes. That's real. I mean, that's a real shame. Like that happens though. I'm sure he'll do a good job of writing back whatever happens. And a floor or however far ahead above us, Bo hears Felix's voice in his head saying, "If you see Volo's notes, pick them up. He lost them." You can't reply. It's one way.
Oh, that's sad. Bo's busy. But makes a mental note.
Yeah. So what's Bo busy doing? Heading up to the balcony?
Yes. What time of evening is it? Like, has the sun set already, or is it like in the process of, or is it still like late afternoon?
It's about 5:30 p.m. So this time of year the sun is still up, but it's starting to get low in the sky.
Okay. So he goes up there, like looks at the view, and does like a big, like fresh air sigh. Goes to find a part of the balcony that doesn't look occupied, and will take out his bandor and start just idly plucking away at it.
Yeah, it's a pretty great view. And as you're up there, you are joined by you're joined by an elven woman, about 5'3" tall, medium brown skin, black hair in a braid, and brown eyes. And she watches you play and asks, "Oh, can I sing?"
Absolutely. Do you know this one?
Yes.
By all
And
means.
she is going to she's going to chime on in.
Uh, Bo will harmonize with her.
Great. Let's both roll performance checks.
Delightful.
That is a 23 for the gal.
Where's performance? There it is. It's a nat 20, 27.
Nice. And she's over with kind of a calculating look of like, "You're better than I thought you were gonna be."
You're not just that asshole at a party who brings a guitar.
It's not Wonderwall.
It's not Wonderwall. It's not goddamn Wonderwall. But yeah, like as he's playing, he does some trills along the threads of the strings of the bandor, kind of like mixing things up a little bit, like swaying along. Like at one point, like stands and starts to like dance along, like still harmonizing, like trying to pull attention to this woman who's singing, and like playing like hardcore musical wingman.
Yeah. And she's taking the attention and running with it and throwing in some extra trills and notes of her own on the song. Um, you're good. Where did you learn to play?
Well, you grow up rich, family forces you into a hobby, and this one was mine.
I know how that is. I grew up rich and my family forced me into a hobby, and my father was a talented musician of his own.
Oh, was singing your hobby of choice?
My hobby of choice might have been something else, but I proved to be really good at singing, and I like that. That's how I got my name, Camilla Skysinger.
Oh, it's a lovely name.
Oh, it is what it. Thank you.
Uh, do you is it a Sky Singer? Is that a do you come up with that yourself, or is it a nickname given to you?
Given to me, and I accepted it as my own.
It's a lovely choice. Um, are you from Waterdeep originally, or did you come in uh from family from out of up north, down south?
Not from here originally. I just moved here about. There was some trouble with my family about a few months ago, and I moved in with my sibling, the proprietor, Eliana.
Oh, lovely. I mean, I'm glad that you've found a place to lay low for a bit, I suppose.
And
Are,
so I
are
live and so I live here now, and it's a pleasure to be here. It's an adjustment to the city. We lived in a manor house in the countryside before everything went upside down. But good to have a party tonight.
Yes,
It's been yes.
yes, indeed. Have you met our guest of honor?
No, and I'm looking forward to it.
As am I. I've heard that he's quite a character. The stories he tells are unbelievable, from my understanding.
They 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 are. No, I haven't had the chance to read his newest book yet, but I read the one just before this, Volo's Guide to Skullport. I can't believe that place actually exists.
Oh, surely must be making all of that nonsense up. I remember skimming it very briefly, and just the idea of an island in the shape of a skull, and the town is named Skullport. Like and there's a Skull Island, and that can't be real. Someone's making that up.
Exactly. There is not a city in the middle of Waterdeep, in the middle of Undermountain.
No,
There's just not.
no.
There's
Goodness
nothing
no.
around there but monsters. I know this.
Have you been?
Of course not.
Oh,
Have you?
but oh, gods no. No, I should very much like to keep my head on my shoulders, thank you.
I should like to as well. And as they can, and is there anything else that you would like to get out of this chat?
Oh no, just continued pleasantries, small talk, like
Yep, the pleasantries
idly
continue.
strumming on the bandor the entire time.
The pleasantries continue. And we are going to pan to Alina over at the bar. Um, and I will. I have not shown you the balcony. Um, so it's just a very basic balcony at the top. Um, the map didn't quite fit together in the exact way that I wanted it to, hence why it's all kind of some disjointed rooms. Um, and so then we are going to go over to Alina at the bar. Um, and so over here, you've got people either sitting in cushioned armchairs or clustered around the bar where a couple of servants mix drinks. There is a fresco of the city of Waterdeep on the northern wall. And Alina, your eyes go pretty quickly. Your Uncle Gren is here, and he's doing shots.
I will just walk up behind him, and in my best best impression of my mother, go. I'm not surprised to find you here drinking.
I'm not surprised to be here drinking. Have fun.
I'll laugh and I'll give him a hug.
He hugs you enthusiastically.
Oh, Uncle Grand, what are you doing? I mean, other than shots.
Here, having a good time and waiting for Volo. He's supposed to make a grand entrance soon.
That sounds like him.
It is. It is. He's been he's been gone for too long. First he was on that 3-year-long sea voyage, and then right after that he was all holed up writing his book. He didn't have any time for fun, and now he's here.
And I am sure you'll have plenty of fun for him.
Of course I did. I got kicked out of the city. I had to step away for a while for
Yeah, I know,
everyone's
Mama told
benefit.
me.
Your mama says everything.
She really does. I think she wants me to not follow your bad example.
Nonsense. My example is wonderful.
I agree.
I'm glad you agree, and he kind of claps you on the back.
Alas, I am working, so it will be soda water for me.
You're working, really?
Yeah, more or less.
It's a time like this. Get soda water for my niece, please. And one of the servants gets ready and prepared to do that.
Yeah. And Alina's gonna be a good girl and stick with soda water, because she got told to be prepared, so she's gonna be prepared.
Yeah, she did. And as you are drinking your soda water, I would like I'd like a perception check from you, please.
Oh boy. $11. That's not bad.
Yes, it's not bad. That being said, you do not notice your pocket getting there.
Oh no, definitely not.
Yeah. Maybe at some point later on you'll notice, but as it's happening, you do not. However, I'm gonna roll another die. Yeah, one of the card players at the table. There's a table of 4 people playing cards, and one of them looking over says, "Excuse me, you get your hand out of that young lady's pocket."
I'll blink and check to see whose hand is in my pocket.
And it is a tall human man, with light skin and a close cropped brown beard. "Excuse me? You heard me. Give that lady back a coin purse." And he does so, and then makes a quick exit.
Alina just laughs. You could have bought me a drink first. Oh. I thought that's, it'd be a little bit more pleasant to be robbed. I'll smile at my hero.
My apologies. I had expected better from my guests here. Eliana Orna.
pleasure to meet you. I'm Alina.
Ah, thank you for coming here tonight.
I'm happy to be here. And you are throwing an excellent party.
Well, thank you. I'm currently, perhaps when Roland and I finish this card game, I'll be looking for a couple of others to play against us. So, if you'd be interested,
I would be happy to join in.
very good. And uh, enjoy a soda water. And then she turns to her partner at the card game, the aforementioned Roland, who is a human, also kind of hair in that spot between blonde and brown, green eyes, light skin. And shall we play the next round? Um, and he nods to her. And then let's pan back over to the ballroom. And down here, the spooky violin music continues. And the spooky violin music continues, and so does the talk about Volo. You overhear you overhear somebody else say, "Told by another guest that Volo is something of a charlatan, writing about areas he's never been to. Apparently, his book about the Undermountain is rife with falsities."
Who are these people who are talking? Is this like a specific set of people, or is this just sort of the general talk of the room?
These are just kind of generic partygoers.
Okay. And is Theo still hiding?
Yes. But she's also keeping an ear out for all this talk and kind of cuts Bella and Felix a look like, wait, Volo's a fraud?
I
We
mean,
know
people say all
this?
kinds of things. Like people like to talk. I don't know. I mean, who knows? Like people just say all sorts of things. I don't think they mean it. Do you think they mean it? Do you think they mean it?
I mean,
Bella,
they
were
may
you
mean it,
listening?
they may not be right.
I I don't know that much about it, but I wouldn't be surprised if if he were exaggerating some.
I mean, sure, most people exaggerate. That's just part of telling a good story, right?
Absolutely. Everyone loves a good exaggeration.
Felix
Well,
nods enthusiastically.
Yeah. The song comes to an end. Lord and Lady Castellandra stop dancing and head over to get some champagne flute. And the violinist begins to put her things away and calls out, "I'll be telling fortunes in the library after this."
Ooh, that sounds fun.
I mean, what sounds fun about it? Like, I mean, it could be fun, but like, it's just seeing the future. That's not a big deal.
Well, sure, but some people don't always see the future necessarily. It all may be more exaggeration. It might be fun to hear some of the interesting things that the fortune teller has to say.
I mean, I can tell you future if you want.
All right, what's my future?
You gotta ask me a question first. And Felix starts fishing in his pocket to pull out his really pretty whittled augury sticks.
All right.
I mean, it's not really a question. Like, you have to tell me something you want to do, and then I'll tell you if it's a good idea or not.
All right. Is it a good idea for me to walk over to the string quartet and talk to the violinist right now?
In like 15 minutes. How about that?
Perfect. I love that.
Okay. Felix is gonna start ritual casting augury. Let me know in 11 minutes if it's a good idea or not, please.
Right. I think I'll give you enough time to cast augury to ritual cast augury because why not? Um,
Also, I'm
and
totally not paying attention to Bergamot while I'm doing this because I'm casting a spell. I'm busy.
yeah. Um, yeah. Does anybody want to suggest something that Bergamot might be
Oh
doing?
man, I feel like he's eating a curtain.
Excellent. He is indeed eating a curtain. Um, everybody just kind of pretends that that's not happening. It's fine.
Ooh. Can I spend the goat resolve token chaos whatever
Yes.
for Bergamot to get distracted when he sees the musicians departing? Are they bringing their instruments with them, or are the instruments just staying put?
They're taking their instruments with them.
Oh, curses. Never mind.
Nevertheless, the curtain is very interesting to eat. And Bella, you spot Mekar. Can I get a cup? What's his general personality aside from um, consensual feeding relationship?
Sure. He's actually very pleasant, which uh, you wouldn't necessarily think that Bella would go for someone who's very polite, but he is. And uh, he is kind of, I would say, um, generally polished, not like overly dandy, but just like he looks like he takes effort in his appearance. Um, and let's see what else. Um, I would say that he's probably like sort of like I want to say kind of blandly handsome, but part of that is just like the polish. He's not, the most handsome man in the world. Um, his hair was black. Now it's turning gray, but it's kind of like in a weird way where it's not. Um, you can just see that it's fading in like this way that's clearly not natural.
All right. And so he is in the room. He is dressed well, and he is waving at you.
So I go over to him.
Yeah. Bella, it's good to see you. How have you been?
It's good to see you too. I'm good. I was asked to come to this party and I'm being paid for it, which I don't really know why, but I'll take it.
I would like to be paid to come to parties. Do you need
Um,
anything tonight?
well, I don't know that I will, but it could arise there if anything exciting happens. But thank you for the offer.
Well, you're welcome, and well, something exciting is bound to happen. Uh, with uh, with Volo present and with all of these people, and he gestures at the ballroom. Um, the uh, the the canapes are quite delicious tonight.
Oh, what do you recommend?
I, the egg sandwiches are a favorite of mine.
Oh, perhaps I'll try them.
He nods to you. And as the current round of musicians is closing things out. We have we've got a new musical act heading up on stage. And it's a dwarf who is she's trying to get everybody in a sing-along song.
Felix will oblige.
Bella is not interested.
And that's kind of the response from across the room. A few people are going for it, but most of them kind of aren't. They were hoping for something that they could dance to more easily. Alas.
Is that like room readable?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to approach the continuing to sing along. Would like to approach the stage? Question mark.
You approach the stage. There is a stage.
I'm just gonna politely wait to in between until there's like an in between there between songs, and like there's a pause and they're catching breath. Oh right, I'm casting augury. I can't do any of this. My bad.
Yeah.
Time is weird.
Yeah,
Sorry
you
about that.
are continuing to what is the method of your augury?
Pick up sticks.
All right. So you've got your you've got your pickup sticks on the floor. And as you do this, a drow whom you recognize approaches you. He's dressed quite finely. Um, dressed quite finely in a black suit. And he doesn't say anything, but he regards you with curiosity.
That's fine. Felix is used to it.
So this could definitely be a no, considering Alina's passive perception is once again a 9. But if there is a sing along happening, I feel like Alina might have an extra awareness of like, oh, there's an opportunity here. I think the bard senses are going off.
I am completely willing to go along with Alina's just having a preternatural awareness of sing-alongs. And so you are welcome to bound yourself downstairs for this.
Oh, most assuredly. Soda water in hand.
Yeah. Perhaps that card game another time then.
Yes, I think your people are doing a sing along. You can come sing.
Oh. And Alina goes with you.
Yeah. Alina will just take Eliana's arm and escort her down.
She is so escorted. And downstairs the sing along is progressing. Lord and Lady Castellander are not singing. And one of the members of the goth string quartet is singing. But the violinist is looking like she's way too cool for this.
Theo kind of cuts a glance toward Felix and does a slashing motion because she's noticed that the violinist is looking above this and that's not her type. So
with my passive of 16, do I notice the augury being called off?
How subtle are you trying to be about this, Theo?
I guess middling subtle. Like, I'm aware that Felix is kind of absorbed, so I'm trying to get them to see me, but also not being super obvious about it because the Castellanters are still here.
Yep, so. They are. Okay. So Felix, do you want to do perception, or do you feel like you have enough information for whether you notice this or not?
I feel like, I mean, 16 feels like an outrageously high passive to me, but I realize mine is skewed. So I think like if my instinct is that if Theo's trying to get Felix's attention, then Felix would notice. Like she would have positioned herself in a way that it would work. They work together.
All right. So you observe that.
So Felix will sort of will like shoot her a thumbs up and stop ritual casting and start picking up the sticks and look up at the drow. Hi, didn't expect to see you here. Hello.
Hello. What was that about?
What about this? Like waving the sticks.
Gestures to the sticks.
Oh, have you met Theo? You know Theo, right? She's super great. She's great. I'll introduce you later if you want to meet Theo. If she wants to meet you, either way, I'll check with her and then I'll let you know. But yeah, Theo wanted to know if she should go say hi to someone. So I was checking on it, but I guess she changed her mind.
And the drow looks over to Theo, gives her a small nod, looks back to Felix. I see.
While my friend is looking over at Theo, I am also going to look over at Theo and like point the stick at Fairfax and like questioning look at Theo.
I would be delighted to meet your friend. Hello, Theodosia Brightwood, Bard at Large.
This is Fairfax. He's a dragon. But you're not supposed to say that, so don't say that out loud the way I just did. Fairfax, this is Theo. She's great.
Fairfax
and I start ritual casting augury again.
Fairfax folds a finger to his lips as Felix reveals that he is a dragon.
Theo gives Fairfax a thumbs up and offers her hand.
He shakes it. A pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well. Any friend of Felix's is a friend of mine.
And he says that you are great, and so I believe him. Tell me, what makes you great?
That's a very good question. There are a few things that could make me great. Depending on how your point of view, perhaps my passion for quick-witted lyricism, my loyalty to my friends, my love of a good party. I have many positive characteristics, and I'm sure you do also, and I would love to hear more about them.
Well, the discussion of my, I do indeed have many positive characteristics. I see a goat resolve token.
It's less a goat resolve token so much as that feels like a really easy way to be like, get your attention but not interrupt. Can Alina be approaching during all of this with Eliana on her arm?
Yes.
Theo, you are selling yourself short.
Oh, hello, Alina. Good to, did you, attend to the business that you, walked off to take care of?
I mean, I got a drink, and I'll hold up the soda water, because it's soda water. It's not a booze. And I met this...
Top quality soda water.
I met our wonderful host, and I will introduce Eliana.
Eliana, a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance as well. Thank you so much for inviting us. This is a delightful party.
Thank you for coming. Weren't there 5 of you?
Yes. We aren't all together right now. One of our friends is circulating elsewhere in the room, and I'm not sure where Bo is at this time, but we'll be able to find him later.
I think he's on the roof.
Okay, that tracks. But yes, we're all here, all present, and accounted for.
All right, I'll look forward to meeting him later.
Wonderful. This is such a wonderful party already. I love your choice of music.
I'm so glad. Wishing that the sing-along isn't attracting as much enthusiasm as I'd hoped it would.
Well, we'll have to drum up some enthusiasm then for you.
We may have to start singing ourselves.
I would be delighted.
And with that, perhaps these bards and wannabe bards, question mark, pan to singing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Um, and what's Bo up to for all of this?
I feel like Bo has made at least 2 friends on the roof, in addition to Eliana's sister or sibling, Camilla, and has gotten a round of drinks for everyone at the bar. And now, at this point, now that he's downstairs enough, he now hears the singing, and very similar. It's like, oh, the sing along. Do you like singing? I know you like singing. You should come sing with us.
I
Pointing
do.
at Camilla.
Camilla nods.
Yes, come on, let's go sing. And he'll start playing his bandor, like, and at the top of his lungs just start singing, and like fully expecting this to be something that like everyone else will join in on. Like one of those things where it's like half of getting people to do something is like someone else being enthusiastic about it, and he is that enthusiastic person. So he's like going down the stairs, like top of his lungs, singing along, like trying to sweep up anyone else in his way to also go down the stairs.
Give me performance again, please.
Okay. 18.
Yeah, this is going great. You've got a whole line of people. Bo, and I'm gonna roll for Camilla too. Yeah, that's a pretty good roll for Camilla. And so you've got a whole pack of the two of you have a whole pack of people from the whole group from the balcony is coming down, following you, joining in on song. You've got a couple people streaming out from the bar. And then from the library, you've got somebody coming out too, but this halfling with a big blonde ponytail doesn't look as happy. It looks and give me insight.
Okay. Oh, 16.
Yeah, this is the look of somebody who has just lost an argument.
Oh dear. This cannot stand. So Bo will lead over to Camilla and say, do you mind taking the lead and bringing the parade downstairs? I have an individual to discuss arguments with.
Camilla smiles and happily does so.
Excellent, I'll join you shortly. And then he detours over to this halfling. She's like, pardon me, ma'am. It looks as though you perhaps have had a difficult evening so far?
Yes, it has come to my attention that the subject matter of Volo's intended next book is a problem.
Oh, what, how so?
He wishes to explore the great beyond.
And? Continue?
It cannot be allowed.
Well, why not?
She just stares at you. You don't understand.
I really don't, but I'm really hoping that you can enlighten me.
If you don't understand, you never will, and she's out.
Well, she seems to have very low opinion of the potential of individuals. Bo is gonna do like a little peek into the library. Is there anyone else in there?
Volo is exiting the library. Oh, hello.
Oh, Mr. Volothamp, like, holds a hand out, like, for a handshake. Mr. Volothamp, the guest of honor.
Oh, no, I haven't had the pleasure of meeting you yet. Who might you be?
As I go to his full name, because I don't have it memorized the same way as his sister. Bogart Talbot, no Lenadum Cathra. Call me Bo, please. It's much simpler. It's an honor to meet you, sir.
Bo, I am certain we will grow to be very good friends. I believe it's almost time for me to make my entrance. But
Would you? Should I play you in?
oh,
And gestures
please.
to his bandor.
But I think we're going to have to wait for the music downstairs to stop. We can't. That's everybody's having so much fun. We can't take away from that. But once that wonderful performance stops, I'll be ready for my grand entrance.
Oh, most excellent. Question: Who was that young woman who came out just a moment ago? Is she a fan of yours?
I thought she might have been, but it doesn't seem as though she is. She introduced herself by the name Janetha, and she wanted me to reconsider the subject matter of my next book. My next book, it's going to be ghosts. I've been putting enough for long enough, and it simply must be ghosts.
It simply must. Absolutely, I love a good ghost story.
Everybody loves a good ghost story.
It's really true. Are you going to be right about the haunted manors of Waterdeep, or think of the ghosts of Baldur's Gate, or just more broadly speaking of ghosts and specters and things like that?
Starting with the haunted manors of Waterdeep and going from there. After my years upon the trackless sea, it's been I want something a little bit closer to home, but not too close to home. I've already been in and written up so many of the bars. Something that's close but not too close to home is perfect.
Excellent. Oh, I cannot wait to read it. When are we expecting the publication date?
Well, it's only seemly to take at least a year between each book. I'll have to research this appropriately. So, and since I've just come out with Volo's Guide to the Trackless Sea,
Of course.
I'll be signing books in the library after my entrance, and I will and uh, and there will be and yes.
Signing books. Oh, once your entrance is made, I absolutely will be making my way back up here to get a signed copy myself. I am thrilled to be in your presence, sir.
And I am thrilled to be in yours.
And
Kind of.
I think Bo's content to just like continue.
Brendan.
What?
Sorry. He does the same kind of backslap with you as Gren did with Alina earlier.
Yep. Bo returns the backslap for sure. It might smart. It's maybe a little bit stronger than Volo was expecting. Bo's a strapping young lad. But like it's content from there to kind of like just small talk and gush over ghosts and like listen to stories until the music dies down downstairs.
Excellent. And is there anything that shall we pan back downstairs for this for anything else to happen with sing-along times?
I mean, Alina is belting along, to be sure.
If Felix gets to 11 minutes on the augury, he needs to know if introducing Faravax and Theo is a good idea. I mean, it's already happened, but he still wants to know if it's a good idea.
All right.
Theo has also joined in the sing along and has kind of gotten swept up in the fun of it all, and is keeping less of an eye on the Castellanters as before.
Yeah. And the Castellanders don't seem to have noticed you.
Nice.
Take what you will from that. And so the sing-along proceeds. Felix, I will allow you to finish up your augury. And what comes from this is you get both weal and woe.
Huh. That's weird.
Yeah, for both could be good, could be bad. A little bit of both.
That's usually the way of it. Okay, well, they're on their own. It's already happened, so it's all right anyway. And then Felix looks up and realizes that Bella isn't standing next to them 11 minutes after they stop paying attention to where everyone was and just starts gathering up their sticks.
Yeah. Where is Bella?
She went over to, uh, well, oh, that's a different room, isn't it? Yeah, she left and decided to check out these hors d'oeuvres that, Mekor, had suggested.
Yeah. So it actually isn't in a different room. You've got plates of hors d'oeuvres circulating in the ballroom, so you don't have to leave for those if you don't want to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, then I'll just, nibble as it comes to me.
Yeah. All right. And so the sing-along proceeds with the original dwarven singer being joined by Alina and by Eliana and by Felix and by the one member of the string quartet who isn't
Enjoys
trying
fun.
to be super counterculture. And everybody else who is into this and who has successfully drowned out all the people who are not into it. Camilla sweeps downstairs with her entourage, joining on in. And it is the sing-along parade comes to a thrilling conclusion. And as that happens, and as that happens, Eliana greets everybody in the ballroom with, and well, thank you all for coming. It's quite a pleasure to have you all here, and I believe Mr. Volo is going to be making his grand entrance soon. If you'll all follow me out, and thank you all to the wonderful singers, and if you follow me out to the 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 bottom the foyer for the grand entrance. And she heads on out, expecting people to follow her.
Alina has gone a little puppy and will be definitely following.
Felix will try to lure Bergamot to also follow, with or without the curtain.
Let's say that Bergamot follows with a little bit of curtain as a treat.
Delightful. Like Felix is holding one end of the curtain. Excellent.
Yep.
You will also follow the crowd.
Okay. And at this point, and at this point, as people are heading on out, Bo, do you want to play Volo in?
Yeah. So from the top of the stairs, just confirming the library is upstairs, correct?
Yep.
Yes. Okay. So from the top of the stairs, Bo starts playing his bandor and is making up a song, like improvised as he's going, about just singing the praises of Volothamp Gedarm. The meters may be like a little bit weird. Like there are definitely some rhyme stretches, and like a couple lines that have like too many syllables, and a couple have too few to like make the rhymes work. But he is like he's giving it his all.
Excellent. And Following that, Volo steps up to the landing of the top of the stairs. Thank you for the amazing introduction. Everyone, my dear friend Boam Cathra, and quite musically talented. We're pleasure to have him here tonight.
Bo bows very, very deeply at the top of the stairs.
Felix cheers.
Yeah, this is a party of wingmen, so I'm assuming that the party is definitely cheering loudly.
Yep. And Volo descends, and he begins to give his speech. My dear friends, some of you I have met, some of you I have known for years, some of you I have not known at all. It is a delight to enter society again after my many years at sea, and after my after the time that I spent writing. Finally, I present to you all, and he holds up a copy of the book, Volo's Guide to the Trackless Sea. It's a blue cover with the letters embossed in gold. Within these pages, you will find guides to the settlements of the sea elves, the monsters that one finds far out in the sea, away from any stretch of land, and I hope that it will be of great service to all of you about to embark upon expeditions on the Western Sea. And as he is continuing on to give his speech, you hear somebody booing. Volo carries on. He acts like he doesn't notice. Maybe he doesn't actually notice this at all. I would say you don't know, but if any of you want to insight, you can find out.
I'm not interested in inciting to find out, but I would definitely be interested in seeing if I can spot who's doing it.
Yeah. All right. Let's roll for. I will resolve the roll for Volo to see whether you do or do not, whether he does or does not notice. Whether he's actually noticed this or not. Yeah. So you can all tell that he has genuinely not noticed that somebody in the crowd was booing him. He is extremely focused on what he believes to be the adulation of the rest of the crowd. And then Felix, give me perception, please.
Ooh, 13, not great.
Yeah. Good enough. You can tell that it's a human woman with dark hair and a braided bun, and she hasn't merged into the crowd quite as much as she thinks she has.
And is she saying anything in particular, or just sort of general booing, heckling?
Just general booing.
Yeah, I guess this is happening. I would like to cast silence on her, like with her centered, the radius centered on her.
All right. What's the radius on silence?
20-foot radius centered on a point I choose within range. So
Okay.
it's effectively, the point is where she is standing. It's like if she moves, she can move out of it. But
All right.
I'm assuming if I'm assuming she is more than 20 feet from Volo. If not, I will adjust it so that Volo is not also silenced.
Yeah, let's say that she's more than 20 feet away from Volo.
Fabulous.
Yeah. So you cast the spell, and uh, and as you do that, she attempts to boo again, but no sound comes out. She starts looking increasingly upset. And various other people within our uh, have have noticed that they can no longer hear Volo. Um, and they're kind of looking around like, wait, what's going on here? Um, Question: Are any of you within the silence radius?
No, Bo is still at the top of the stairs, so decidedly out.
Yeah.
Lena's gonna be standing next to Eliana because she's trying to get there.
Yeah. So let's say our heckler is standing about here. Um, and yeah, so that means it's about the sweep of the room. Yeah, I think Alina and Aliana are out about. Um, However, the Castellanders are in the silence radius. Um, and you see Lord Victoro try to whisper something to Lady Amalia, and then realize that he can't. And then he makes kind of an exaggerated look of relief at her.
I think Bella would be in the radius because she was lurking along the wall, so she's like here.
Yeah.
Um, she's not like she was like a little surprised, but she's not like disturbed by it. She didn't care about what he was saying. She doesn't have anything to say to anyone, so yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably better this way. You can predict pretty much exactly what Volo is saying. For those who can hear him, he is giving a list of thank yous to everybody who helped get to this point, including but not limited to his parents, various gods, his dear friend Floon, everybody who kickstarted him on everybody who kickstarted him on this voyage, with including Eliana for paying most of many of the expenses of this trip. He and Thanking everybody who has ever bought a book from him, and everybody who has ever read a book from him, and everybody who has ever thought about him in any way, shape, or form. Um,
Theo is standing near Felix and just kind of like, to the point.
Felix makes like a little like a friendly shooing gesture, sort of indicating that she could walk into the silence radius if she wants. Like they're not trying to get rid of her; they're just trying to like help.
Bo starts very
Theo gives Felix a
quietly.
thumbs up and just kind of scoots that way.
Bo very quietly starts playing, like Volo's getting played off, like very very quietly starting to like play like off the stage music.
I love it so much.
Volo does not notice. And then Eliana starts climbing the stairs. And she's right. Well, thank you very much, Volo. Wonderful to have this reading from you. Volo will be signing books up in the library after dinner tonight, which will be. And then you see, and as she is speaking, somebody else is climbing the stairs. Alina, it's the fellow who's who tried to pick your pocket earlier. And he puts his arm around Volo and says, "I have a proposition for you. Would you care to meet me at the bar?" And Volo, at that point, being now that he's being addressed directly, like he was ignoring Bo playing him off. He was kind of sort of trying to ignore Eliana, but now that he has been directly approached with a business proposition, of course, I'm happy to hear any and all business propositions. Perhaps we can agree to some sort of a sponsorship for my next venture, Ghosts of Waterdeep, coming soon to a booksellers near you, and he is let off.
Bo
Eliana.
slides down the banister to meet the rest of the party. Like, just side saddle.
Hey, Bo. Did you meet Volo before tonight? Did we miss that?
Oh no, we've never met before this evening. I actually ran into him at the in the library. He was having an argument with a young halfling woman. Seemed she had some sort of disagreement in terms of the content of his next book. She found it quite offensive, or something along those lines. I don't remember exactly what she said, but she was very upset about it.
Yeah, people get weird about death and stuff.
Yeah, I don't recall how ghosts are offensive, but maybe there's something that I don't know about that topic that could be.
It would have been very convenient if she'd explained to me the details, and I did ask her, I help me understand. I am not one to know anything about the afterlife, its potentials, and so she rather rudely declined.
I'm sure you did your best. But also like if she doesn't want to talk about it, she's allowed to not talk about it. That's okay.
It's fair. It's it's just trying to understand. That's all.
I know. It was nice of you to ask. Like she'll remember that later. Maybe like if she really wants to talk about it, she just isn't ready yet. She'll remember that later. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you helped.
Good point.
Indeed. How's the rest of the party been for you?
Theo's has some friends here. Well, not friends. Maybe more like enemies. So we've been doing a good job of keeping her very safe.
Enemies?
Theo, you should have told
yes.
me.
Do you remember the Castellanters?
Yes, nasty business. They came up to, there's just a lot of rumors going around. Something about strange things happening when they came into, back into respectable society.
Yes. Back before that happened, I may have used them as inspiration for one of my older ballads. And I
The
don't
good
think
one?
that they've forgotten.
It's the good one, isn't it?
It's the very good one.
Oh
It's
my
definitely
God.
the good one.
All right.
They should be flattered. They just sometimes people are, like it takes a minute.
Some people just don't understand a good joke.
Anyway, and Bella's I glance over my shoulder to where Bella is. Is Bella still standing in the silence radius?
Yeah.
Is Mecker with her? Or did you all part ways?
Sure. Yeah, he's sure. Yeah, he's with me.
And Bella's friend is here.
Oh, it's delightful. Bo
great.
waves in that general direction.
Mecker waves back, and people are gradually starting to, by this point, are starting to notice that there is a part of the entryway in which sound is not coming in or out, and are beginning to leave that space, or alternatively to stay put if they would prefer to remain in silence.
I didn't know Snack was here.
Oh, you're not supposed. I mean, did you ask him if you could call him that? I shouldn't assume. Sorry, I assumed.
I mean, no, it's a terrible nickname.
I mean, it's a good nickname if he likes it. It's just not a good nickname if he doesn't like it. It's complicated.
Okay.
But you could ask him. Not right now because he can't hear you.
Okay.
But
Well, I will
another
ask
time,
him, I
maybe.
will ask him later if I can call him Snack.
There you go.
Yeah. So people are kind of starting to disperse again. And at this point, the violinist from playing the spooky music from before, she emerges from the ballroom with everything all packed up. Oh, Bo.
Oh, ah! And kind of like holds his arms open, like in cheerful greeting.
Noir steps in for the hug because who can really resist a hug from Bo? Trying to look like she's above it all.
Yep, Bo doesn't care. Like goes in full hug, like lifts her off the ground a little bit.
Is this your new band?
Oh no, none of them. Well, one of them is musical.
Hey, I
well-
mean, it's not the same. I know. Is this your old band?
Oh no, just this member. This is Noir. She used to be in my band. This is actually her bandor. She abandoned it for the violin.
I mean, the violin's better.
You're not supposed to
But-
take her side.
I was
disagree.
taking my side.
I am definitely more of a lute fan.
I also rather appreciate the lyre, but violins are good.
They are. They are. But any of you care for a fortune?
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Theo's kind of rethinking this. Maybe we talk to the violinist after all, now that she knows Bo and tells fortunes.
Excellent. And come with me. And Noir escorts you to an area where she is able to lay out a tarot deck. And she asks, "Now, what are you looking to have your fortune told about?"
Oh, just general prospects of success and good connections and a good time.
Very well.
Do you want me to explain it? Would that be better? If you explained it, I can have you explain it if you want me to explain it.
What would
Sure,
you be
that's-
explaining?
She wants to know if she should talk to you more.
Oh.
Theo goes bright red and kind of cuts Felix like, you're not supposed to say that.
Felix shrugs.
I mean, you don't
They
need
ask.
cards to tell that. You just say, "You are a very pretty lady, and I would like to spend more time with you."
Again, not what I asked. She's even redder. She's like, trying to be smooth.
Okay.
Felix is making a like get in line gesture to Eliana.
Eliana looks kind of bemused, but she's watching this all happen. And Noir draws a card. And it is the Avenger. And she explains that, oh well, the Avenger, not particularly a romantic card, but it may be of but it does indicate that if you are going to be engaged in any more martial pursuits, it may be of good fortune to you. And and um, and Noir begins to tell a tale of the adventure from the deck. And Theo, here is what happens to you. For 1 minute, any creature that hits you with a melee attack will take force damage, equal to a roll of Noir's Bardic Inspiration die, which is a d6.
Ooh, okay. I feel invincible. I like that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, what do you
Does anybody else want their fortune told? This is great.
I
Love it.
Yes.
yeah.
Me next. Me next.
You okay? Go next, and then I will go after Bo.
Okay. And so this is a Tales from Beyond feature, wherein, and so uh, and so I will roll additional dies for the rest of you. Wait, so two. I can do two more people like this. And so who was in line? Because I'm sorry, I've forgotten.
I think it was Bo and Alina,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I have.
and Bella
Oh.
had wandered over, but I don't know if Bella asked for fortune.
All right. So Bo's fortune from the deck is the clever animal. For the next 10 minutes, whenever he makes an intelligence, wisdom, or charisma check, he can add a d6 to the die.
Amazing.
And then Alina's fortune is the runaway. Alina can immediately use her reaction to teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space she can see. And she can also choose a number of creatures within 30 feet, up to Noir's charisma modifier, which is a +3, to use that same reaction.
And is that's I can do that only immediately?
Yeah, looks like it.
Okay. I will offer Eliana a hand and go. Do you want to go for perhaps a little trip?
Eliana accepts.
Yeah, Eliana, and they will teleport probably to the top of the staircase.
Oh, delightful.
That's a fun trick. I prefer
Did it?
I prefer flight myself, but
I prefer flat myself too. And as these shenanigans begin to wrap up, an echoing rush of crackling magic suddenly rushes itself over all of you. For a brief moment, you feel weightless. The ground, like it almost feels like the ground beneath you is falling. Then, after just a fraction of a second, it's over. I'd like all of you to make dexterity saving throws, please.
Nah.
if Eliana has to make one, she gets a +5, I believe.
All right. I will. I'm still rolling d6s. Whoops. So she will roll. Okay. Felix, you are knocked prone. Everybody else is able to stay on their feet.
Oh, never mind. I don't get my
Reaches
auras
down.
until
To help Felix back up on their feet.
Thanks. That was weird, but I mean, kind of fun for a second. But then the falling down part, not so great. What was that? Is everybody okay?
I
Yeah, are
think
you
so.
alright?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. That happens all the time.
Um,
Do I need to roll for Bergamot?
He's a goat.
He's a
He's
goat.
not
That's fine.
goats have nimble feet. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
That was kind of weird, though. What do you think? Where do that come from?
Eliana says, I've never experienced anything like that.
I thought it might be kind of like a feature, like part of the point, or not the point, but like maybe a cool trick that it was doing, like how sometimes when you go and there's like the little trains that ride on the tracks and they go up and down hills and things like that really fast. But I guess it wasn't like that.
No, is anyone hurt?
No. Are we able to identify whether that was a spell with a source, or was that just a thing that happened?
You can give me Arcana and see what you might be able to figure out.
Okay.
Would also like to try that.
Bleh.
18.
Okay, Bo, you're not sure. Felix is Bo's not sure. Felix, you know that this isn't a spell with a source, but you're not sure exactly what it is. Theodosia, you are familiar and suspect that you may have just shifted planes.
Friends. This type of spell is familiar to me. I'm not 100% certain what just happened, but it feels as though we may have just shifted planes.
What?
What?
I wonder what the balcony looks like. Let's go look.
Felix immediately starts running up to the balcony too.
And Alina's just like, I'll be right back, and she's like pulling her shield and just following. She's like, I don't know where we are, but we might be in hell, so let's protect these squishies.
Theo follows them just because that's where they're going.
And I will drop concentration on silence because it seems to have served its purpose.
Yeah. Eliana. Yeah. So Eliana pauses to, and I'll catch up with you. And she and you see her. Anybody who's looking back notices that she pulls out a stone, and she's speaking into it. But we will stay with all of you as you go up the stairs and up to the balcony. And up at the balcony, you notice a few things. For one, you notice that the view of Waterdeep that was up there before, Bo, it's not there anymore. There's just sort of a kind of a vague fog outside. You can't make out any specific surroundings. If any of you would like to discern which plane of existence this is, you can give me
What was the check?
Arcana.
That's more like it.
That seems appropriate.
Yeah. Felix, now that you've gotten a clue as to what this is, you recognize this quite clearly to be the ethereal plane.
Oh, cool!
The other thing that you notice is Volo's body.
Oh.
Yeah. He is laying lifeless on his back, so face up, and with a blackened section of his chest. And he no longer appears to have a mouth. Instead, there is a pinkish liquid covering his face where his mouth should be.
Oh.
Ooh.
No. Felix had just been about to try to put their hand through the wall since when the ethereal, see if that was possible, and then looks down and goes, "Oh no!" in the same way that I just did.
Alina's looking up, and then it takes her a hot second to look down and be like, "Oh, what the fuck?"
Ah, he did not have that.
No, you very
Before.
clearly had the mouth earlier.
I mean, yeah, we could all hear him, and I'll drop down drop to my knees next to Volo, and try to confirm whether he is in fact deceased, and if so, try to figure out what the fuck is going on here.
Hey, okay, give me medicine, please.
16.
All right. He's okay. So with a 16, he's definitely dead. It appears as though he was killed by the use of magic. And also you note that his body seems to be in a state of decay that's kind of surprising for somebody who was just alive minutes ago.
That's not great. Is time different in the ethereal?
Is that a Felix to the other characters question, or is it a DM question?
That was mostly a Felix to the other characters. Although if Felix would know, then that's fine too.
Okay. And I think writing that 26, Felix knows that time isn't different in the ethereal plane.
Oh, guys, this is weird.
How weird? And I'll lean down next to the body and start last rites, because, I mean, I'm Paladin, the Raven Queen, and Death, so...
That makes sense.
Kind of my forte.
I mean, he's dead. Like, that's not good. That's not normal. I mean, it's normal. I'm sorry. I don't like. I didn't mean.
It's normal,
you know what I mean.
But not
like, it's normal, but it's not normal for Volo right now.
Not anticipated.
There you. Thank you for understanding. You're always so understanding. I really appreciate that about you.
Of course.
Yeah. So it's so he's dead, and like some sort of magic deadness, something like that's why he's dead. It's not like he just like got really old and died in front of us, or not in front of us, but like that's not what happened. It was magic. I guess it could have made him really old, but he doesn't look really old, so I'm going to abandon that one. It's not that, but it was magic. But also it seems like he's been dead for longer than he should be, since we just saw him talking downstairs, seemingly alive. Like he seemed alive. I didn't check, but
Just told us it was a murder mystery party.
On that note, Aliana comes upstairs. Well, I've spoken to the Black Staff, and those of you who may not know Waterdeep canon, the Black Staff being a wizard who's pretty high up in Waterdeep's magical hierarchy.
Oh, is she here too?
No. She, I asked what had happened, and she reported this something of a rumor that if anything, and if anything untoward happens, something untoward happens within the one of the walking statues of Waterdeep, that it gets shifted into the ethereal plane until such injustice is rectified. And then as she trailing off as she sees Volo's body, it appears as though that is the injustice that needs to be rectified.
Oh,
mean,
that makes sense.
So this wasn't intentional.
We've done lots of untoward things. No one's ever shifted us to the ethereal except that one time.
Something about the
We don't
magic
talk
of the
about that
walking
here.
statues. Don't talk about what?
Nothing. A thing that we don't talk about because it's not important. The point is we guessed that we'd been shifted to a different plane, and that appears to be why. And yeah, something is definitely very wrong here. Is anyone else here with us? Like, did the whole party get transported to the other plane?
Would the whole statue and everybody in it?
I thought you were going to ask if anybody else was dead, but that's also a good question.
That is also a good question. Why didn't I think of it?
You could ask now.
Is anybody else dead?
That's a good question. We should go find out.
Yes.
Not that I've observed, but I haven't been down to the. I didn't check the library or the bar or the banquet hall.
Well then, maybe we should check those places.
All
Uh,
right.
Should we look for that man who took Volo for a business proposition? I suspect that perhaps might be the last person who saw him alive.
Yes, and I saw him in the bar earlier trying to
that's a good
pick my
idea.
pockets, so maybe
That's a
check
good
there.
idea.
Thank you. Bo looks very pleased.
As I realize I've been muted this entire time.
Oh no!
Oh no.
I saw him earlier at the bar. He tried to pick my pocket, so you can try maybe searching there.
Wait, he tried to pick your pocket, or he did pick your pocket?
He tried. Eleanor stopped him.
Oh, that's great.
So,
Bar.
What are we gonna do with Volo?
Well, it did last right, so he should be okay for now, I guess. He won't, like, rise and become a creepy undead. Sorry, no offense.
Is Bella with us?
Yes.
You're not a creepy undead. You're very fashionable
That's,
alive.
that's true. You're very
Felix is
fashionable.
nodding
and alive.
enthusiastically.
I mean, I'm only sort of undead. I understand.
And like,
Sort of undead is
creepy isn't
mostly
bad.
alive.
Creepy is neutral. It just depends on how you're creepy. Like, there's lots of different ways to be creepy.
I suppose that's true.
so mindful that we've been playing for about 2 hours. Would this be a good time for to take a short break? As
Yes.
everybody is heading down to check and make sure whether anybody else is dead, and or to find our and to find our pickpocket.
Sounds good.
Delightful.
Yes.
Okay, see you back here at 8:14 Eastern, 7:14 Central, 6:14 Mountain.
Delightful.
Delightful.
look it up. I'll look some bits up. What's the ping for it?
I don't think so. I don't know if we have things. That's kind of downtime, isn't it?
What the fuck?
Over here, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we're right here. We're right here. Is it up here?
I don't think it was genuine. We tried that one. We were like,
Yeah. It was a Broadway chow mein.
I don't think we've tried that one. It looks real gross on the outside, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. Try it a little here.
Oh, do you want some fried rice?
It wasn't my time, is it?
I'm full.
Keep it over there.
Okay.
Leaves are part of the school age group, though.
I know. It just like that's a lot of people to test positive all
Oh.
at fucking once.
Yeah.
So the Leanne cheese. And we don't like Leanne cheese, right? That's not a good one.
I mean, I don't like it. It's just too sugary.
Why the fuck is it for the peppermint? It's so annoying. New Asian Juwan.
That doesn't ring a bell.
But I mean, it's right off the 25.
Sure.
New Asian. That's what I would think. Today's Sunday? The most terrifying monsters deck. It's like pretty standard stuff. Pretty big standard to take out, you know, stuff.
Oh, you know what? Could look at my.
Wasn't there a menu? We had a menu someplace.
Oh yeah, that was in like Richfield or whatever.
Oh yeah, that was Billy. That's right.
So that might be the last place that we were at.
Yeah.
Which, like, isn't, but it's not.
Yeah, this is right off 55. I can
Yeah.
just go up there and get it.
Sure.
But yeah, it's like it's just pretty standard stuff.
Indonesia fried rice. It's only weird.
Sure. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Well, you know, my thing is, chicken lo mein at the cart.
You can.
Oh, oops.
Well, because they had special instructions, so you could say extra spicy. And I don't know.
Can I read that?
Oh.
Extra spicy, no mushrooms. Sweet and sour mushu. All the chickens.
Chicken.
Chef specialties. Oh yeah, that's also where else could get that. fried rice. No, she get this for sure. But give her that. Yeah.
It's not only lunch.
No, it's a combination. But usually lunch vegetable except buns, right? 3 cheese wontons. Hell yeah, brother. Woo.
Yeah, you have chicken.
Yeah. But I mean, I think the portion size is probably bigger. Because like,
Yeah. Okay,
what we want.
scroll back to the chicken.
No, chicken. No,
Garlic sauce.
brown sauce chicken. You don't want wide noodles or whatever.
Maybe I do like that. Maybe I like that. Yeah, chocolate.
Same. Chicken.
Oh, oh yeah.
Okay. With bean sprouts, scallions, stir fried. Okay. Good. Okay. Add the cart. And should we just get a big order of general style? Is there anything like that?
Well, the General Tso's is chicken with broccoli.
Yeah. Should we get a big order of that, or
Oh yeah, like
just say no broccoli, or should? Yeah. I don't know. Do you want like something to put on your wide noodles? I guess it comes with something, right?
I mean, it's got vegetables.
Okay. Should we just get stuff like
Appetizers.
yeah. French fries. $5.
Fried dumplings or oh, I love the sesame noodle.
Sesame noodle?
But that's noodles and noodles, but
That's sesame noodles?
yeah.
Is that an appetizer?
Yeah, it's usually like a small bowl or whatever, and it's just sesame with some green onions or whatever usually.
Cool. Let's double walk.
Oh,
Is that okay?
sure.
Unless you really want sesame noodles?
I mean, it could be like leftovers. No, it's okay.
Okay, we'll get both. I mean, that's fine. $7. Aren't there service food?
Welcome back, all. I have a couple of bits of bagel more to eat, so probably going to be a couple more minutes. Never regret eating too much Thai food.
Correct opinion.
Yes. I
Agreed.
would kill for a Thai iced coffee right now, or iced tea. I would do bad things for a Thai iced tea
Also,
right
I
now.
will share this link to the best croissant in every state for debate and, in my case, affirmation.
Mine's probably somewhere like goddamn Orono or some shit. Bangor.
What is D&D without a detour into delicious baked goods, whether on screen or off?
Correct.
Oh, standard baking in Portland. Yeah, that's right. I have no debates about that.
Wait, where's the list? Oh, I wasn't looking in the right place.
Standard is known for its amazing stuff.
At least that's not too far from you. Like,
Yeah, it's only like an hour and some change.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to road trip up to Boulder. My road trip looked like 45 minutes to an hour.
oh, I didn't realize Marina was a Massachusettsan, I assume. I don't actually know. There's lots of places that
Correct.
could be within
Yeah, I mean,
range of.
there are many states that are very close to me. I drove to New Hampshire by accident one time after I lived here about 2 years.
I'm in New Hampshire.
I have accidentally
Nice.
ended up in New Hampshire before, yes.
I love it.
Oh, where is? I don't think I know this place. I mean, I don't really go to Manchester ever, so, but maybe I should.
For research.
I
Yeah.
never
Isn't
go
that
to
fun?
Manchester when we're flying somewhere and being cheap.
Yeah, like it's fine. Actually, the most common reason I would go to Manchester in the before times is that there's a really, really good speakeasy style cocktail
Ooh.
place
Mm.
that I used to convince various friends who lived in Massachusetts to meet me at because it was halfway between my place and their place. But it hasn't really been speakeasy cocktail bar season for a couple years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a good
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
there's a good one in Portland that we discovered like
Ooh.
short, and then we moved further away from Portland, and then Panini. So
Yeah. I
Raisin.
had actually talked with the manager about coming up, bringing some folks on collecting some folks there on one of their quiet nights, like early in the evening, and running a D&D game in the corner. But then there was a pandemic, so it didn't happen.
I feel like these kinds of lists are unfair for people in New England because, like, in theory, you could do multiple trips in a single day.
Oh
to
yeah,
these
absolutely.
places.
I would
Whereas,
could and would, but yeah, a little
Yeah.
harder for you.
yeah, Colorado's a big state. You can't
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
drive a casual like 7 hours to New Mexico.
Right.
There were those people who drove all the way to Salt Lake City for In-N-Out.
Yeah.
Those people
Not
I mean,
worth it.
In-N-Out is worth
Sorry.
it, though.
No.
Yeah,
Not worth
7
it.
hours for the perfect croissant is reasonable.
It's a
Well,
more noble cause.
this place in St. Paul has raisin croissants. I don't know about
Oh, that's
Mm.
not.
That's
Oh.
a crime against croissants.
I
Yeah.
have questions.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
same.
raisins are like so heavy and then croissants are light and I just don't know.
yeah.
Also, I'm just not a big fan of raisins, but
I
I don't
guess
know.
Yeah.
my question
They also
would
have
be
coconut.
my question would definitely be how much they bribe the food critic.
Yeah.
And did they bribe him with money or croissants?
Ah.
Mm.
Not a very good bribe if it was raisin croissants.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Coconut, I understand a little bit more. At least it's sticky.
Yeah, I could see coconut.
I could imagine raisin being good, but I don't want to eat it.
I
Right.
rarely imagine raisin being good. Raisin
And I-
anything.
Don't like the look of the Vermont croissant. Like it
Wonder if
doesn't
those
look
are-
bad, but it doesn't look like what I think of as.
Let me scroll down.
Why does the North Carolina one have popcorn on it?
What?
What?
North Carolina's
I'm
crazy.
sorry,
It's
what?
crazy. I'm from Virginia, and I'm on the North Carolina border, and they're bonkers.
I mean,
Okay.
that kind of looks delicious, though.
But like how do you eat that? Like croissants are already massive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
and
that's
flaky.
gonna destroy
Yeah.
the roof of your mouth.
I have concerns. I do not have almond croissants with Oak City amaretto. I will accept these, but
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, that sounds great.
the popcorn ones, no, that's a travesty.
Have you considered scrolling down to South Carolina because
Oh,
that
no.
looks
I
amazing.
hadn't, but I will now.
I was worried that you were gonna say that it looks even weird. Ooh, okay.
What is Oregon doing?
Well, I
I
don't
got
know. That one
I got
that's a lot
distracted on the way
too.
to South Carolina.
That's very much a lot.
Wow, South
That is no
Carolina.
longer a croissant. That is a sandwich.
That's a sandwich, yeah.
Well, and so is the South Carolina one, but I like the look of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that looks delicious. Like it's good. You
Yeah.
can tell that the croissant is gonna just shatter, and it's
Mhm.
gonna be like you can't eat that in your car. You have
Right.
to eat it outside.
Yeah.
But I would
Okay, can we
definitely
talk,
eat it.
yeah. Can we talk about Tennessee, because that maybe that's a bad picture, but this looks like one of those terrible croissants that you find in an airport somewhere for $15.
Yeah.
It
Does
really
it look
does.
flaky? It looks like a bun.
It looks like
Yeah.
a bread. Like it looks
Yeah.
like a like bread in a round.
And I'm not sure what's going on either inside of it or above it. Like nothing on
I'm
this plate
also-
looks good.
I'm also very upset by Vermont.
Yeah,
like-
that was a problem for me too.
This
That's
offends
not a
me.
croissant, that's a roll.
Yeah, like
This is
I,
a rejected cannoli.
Yeah,
It is
yeah.
cannoli. Yeah.
And I like cannolis, but they're not croissant. They're different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need to have a talk with whoever made this list.
Yeah.
Anyway, Volo's dead.
Yeah. Volo's still dead. Volo's dead. You're in the ethereal plane, and indications are that you're going to remain there until justice has been served.
None of us seem bothered by that. It's probably fine.
Given the group at hand, like I feel like that they are accepting this as well as they would.
But we do seem
Yeah.
invested in preventing additional murder, so good job, us.
Yeah. And to that point, you are all headed down from the balcony, Eliana in tow. At least until you get to the 5th floor, and she hears some meowing. And I think that those of you with decent passive perceptions also hear the meowing. And she said, I'm just gonna go check on the cat. Hold on a moment. I'll join you." And she peels off to her apartment.
There's a cat.
Kitty!
I mean, we
I have a cat. Yes.
Oh.
Oh, it's not Tylee. This is this is Eliana's cat. In character.
No, I just she's playing with her little ball toy, and I didn't know if it was making noises.
That,
I
can't
cannot
hear
hear
it,
it.
so it's not
I
loud enough.
I can't hear it at all.
Okay.
Tell her to play louder. Has Eliana already rejoined us?
No, she's gone into her apartment to check on the cat.
Is anybody stopping?
Is anybody stopping?
I don't think so.
Because Felix is just gonna keep going. If anyone else keeps going, Felix will
I mean,
also keep going.
she
But
asked you to keep going, so
oh, I thought she was asking us to stop. Carry on.
yeah.
Yeah, I think still going.
Yeah.
All right.
Although with a great curiosity to see the cat, but
Yeah.
if we have priority.
All right. So you head on down, past the past the 5th floor apartments, past the 4th floor apartments. I suppose I should ask whether you are going to be going into any of these apartments.
Not yet.
Not unless I have a reason to.
Yeah,
Okay.
like if we hear or see anything, then I might reevaluate. But if nothing exciting seems to be happening, no.
All right. And Eliana will rejoin you as you get to the 3rd floor landing. I just had to make sure that Keish was all right. She's doing okay. For now. I don't think cats understand plan of travel.
Or they understand it
Yeah,
too
that
well.
tracks.
Perhaps they do. And so yeah, you are now on the 3rd floor landing, where you can go to the library or go to the bar, or you can go downstairs to the next level. What would you like to do?
I think
You
we're gonna
say
go look.
bar?
Yeah, I was gonna say bar because I think we're gonna look for our
That was where we
pickpocket.
Yeah.
He was seen
Yeah.
last, right? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you get to the bar, and after a brief after what was likely a brief interruption, the bartenders are hard at work, and the bar is pretty crowded. The bartenders are pouring a heck of a lot of drinks. Because after the commotion and the plane shift and everybody trying to figure out what's going on, everybody it would like to deal with this with alcohol. And you are able to find the pickpocket here.
Bo will walk up and, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
I have a few questions for you, if you don't mind. Oh, also, but please apologize for I do apologize for my rudeness. Name is Bo, extends a hand.
He shakes the hand. Gareth Talley.
Gareth, pleasure to meet you. Couple quick questions for you, if you have a moment.
Certainly.
Out of curiosity, what was it that you were speaking with Volo about? What business opportunity?
Oh, it was to do with the new bar that it was to do with the new bar that I'm planning to open, in the dock ward.
Does Volo do a lot of investing in that sort of thing?
He does when there are stories involved, and when it could potentially be haunted.
Is there a haunted bar in the dock ward?
I can help with that if you want it to be taken care of.
Do I believe the story that he's telling us?
Give me insight.
Oh, Felix, buddy. 12.
Mhm.
Oh, that's disappointing.
We look at this. Let's roll for this fellow. Maybe a d20. Okay, cat. Yeah, you can't you believe him.
Okay.
You're not sure, but you can't get a read that he's hiding anything.
What was Volo's response to this proposition?
Oh, he was very warm and very non-committal.
That seems on brand.
Yes, and also, I
Would you be looking to invest?
no, thank you. Not until I see it and get confirmation that it's haunted. Because what's the point of investing in a haunted bar if it's not haunted?
Well, I can unhaunt it very easily.
Where's the attraction factor? Everyone wants to go to the haunted bar.
Who wants to go to a haunted bar?
I'd go to a
I
haunted
do.
bar. I mean, it depends on what kind of haunted it was. Not every kind of haunted is fun, but there's some kind of haunted that could be really nice.
Yeah, it's atmospheric.
Alright.
Why'd you pick our friend's pocket? I mean, you tried. I know you didn't actually do it. So, like, I'm not mad at you. I'm just asking. I'm just curious. Was that
I
for your bar
wanted-
too?
I wanted money.
I mean, that makes sense.
Good to just asked.
Do you still need money?
More fun to pick the pockets.
Well, that's just rude.
I didn't
it-
say I was nice.
I advise you to be a little bit more nice as long as you're here.
Especially if you want us to invest in your haunted bar.
Suit yourselves.
Can I try to pick his pocket?
Sure, give me sleight of
fun.
hand.
18.
Why did I already close this tab? So many handouts. You are successful at picking his pocket.
What do I get? Is it cool?
Seems like a coin pouch.
Like this. I'm just gonna sort of like toss it and catch it. Is it full? Like, is he broke, or is it?
Seems like there are some coins jiggling in there. He notices you. Hey.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like you're doing okay, so I just toss it back to him. You still all that tonight? Anyway, I forgot we were supposed to be doing something that wasn't talking to you, although it's been very nice talking to you. Thank you. I hope your bar works out. You might want to have somebody else do the bartending, because I think your style probably works really well with some people, but it might not work with all people. So depending on what you want out of the bar, you might want to have like a varied group of people who work there, so that like all of your customers can be happy. Because I know that's what you want.
If you keep
It was
being a
nice to meet
dick,
you.
I will kill your ghost.
Oh, don't do that to the ghost. I mean, if the ghost deserves it, but if he's a dick, that doesn't mean the ghost is a
I
dick.
mean, theoretically, I'd be sending them to their peace, which is kind of a whole ass thing, but And she just makes that like watching you symbol to signal to the guy.
He takes a swig of his whiskey.
While that like discussion / argument is going on between Alina and Felix, can I try and mimic Volo's voice in the hallway?
Yeah. Yeah. Give me. Yeah, you can. You can do that. Give me performance.
So this actually will be a deception check.
Okay.
The
Great.
second half of the feat is you can mimic the speech of another person or the sounds made by other creatures. You must have heard the person speaking or heard the creature make the sound for at least 1 minute. I have a hard time believing Volo would not speak for a full minute straight.
You
Feels like a
definitely,
minimum bar.
you definitely heard him speak not just for a minute, but probably for closer to 10 minutes.
Delightful.
So yeah, give me deception.
Okay. 21.
Okay. Yeah. So, what are you mimicking Volo saying?
Something along the lines of, it's like, oh, it's been a wonderful party. I'm so thrilled to meet all these you wonderful fans. Yes, autographs in the library. Yes, of course.
Oh crap! Alina just looks confused because
Oh no.
that guy was dead.
Does this guy have any reaction to it? Because I'm assuming that the group does not know, like the collective does not know that Volo is dead yet.
Yeah, nobody has made an announcement that Volo is dead. This is true. This guy just kind of, well, if he's doing autographs in the library, then that means there's more room at the bar for the rest of us. Actually,
True.
wait a minute.
Oh, good.
Oh no, he doesn't. Oh no, he doesn't know. Okay.
Oh, is Uncle Grant still at the bar?
Yeah.
I'm gonna flag him down. Or actually, I'm gonna go over to him.
Alina.
Uncle, have you seen anything other than the whole transporting to a different plane? But of course, given us, it's not even that strange on our meters. Have you noticed anything strange this evening?
Different plane? What? No, Volo gave his speech. I came back here. I had another drink.
Okay. Anyone look, suspicious, or, like, did anyone, like, make a lot of noise coming into the bar that seemed untruthful? I don't know. I'm not good at such things.
I know there was that person who was booing him during the speech, and I heard some yelling from the library earlier. I haven't noticed anything since the speech.
Good to know. Thank you very much.
And meanwhile, the tiefling guard has arrived and is speaking with Eliana. And after a conversation, Eliana goes over to she goes over and she approaches you, Alina. I've been informed that there have been some thefts from the box where everybody's weapons were being kept. I suppose there's no harm in allowing you to have your sword.
Appreciate it. I feel a little naked without it. And that's not the vibe I'm going for right now.
I didn't think it was.
Bo, I think, is content to wrap up the conversation with the pickpocket, unless anyone else has anything to ask him.
All good here.
Yeah.
Nothing at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think so.
And the guard captain gives Alina her sword back. I can't. What did anybody else drop off any weapons that they were specifically hoping to use? If so, those are going to be returned to you.
I would like my rapier and light crossbow back, please.
The tiefling guard captain will provide those to you as well.
Many thanks.
Uh,
Suits back up.
Yeah, Bo will take his the ceremonial dagger, kind of like the family dagger that he brought, but like is content to pick up the rapier on the way out. He doesn't seem too attached to it.
I think Felix would have dropped off his shield, not because anybody asked, but just because it's awkward to carry around. So we'll take that back now.
All right.
And was gonna be looking around for the heckler if we happen to see her.
Okay. Let me first of all figure out where she might be.
I mean, just sort of in the space as we're moving
Yeah.
through spaces, looking for her
Yeah.
is staying with the group. Yeah.
All right. And so she's also around here, and leaning on the bar, and also drinking a whiskey.
She have any reaction to hearing Volo's voice?
Let me first of all see whether she figured out that that was a fake. She looked a little bit suspicious.
Felix is gonna like reach out to like tap various any party members who are within arm's reach, who are more charismatic than Felix. That's the person over there. Do you see that person was the one who was booing him during a speech? Until I made her stop. I didn't make her stop. She didn't keep booing. I just meant so that if she did keep going, no one would hear. But I don't know what that was about. But it seems weird. So I don't know if we should talk with her or if we should just do something else.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Bella heads over.
Yes.
Yeah, go for it.
Hello.
Hello.
I couldn't help but notice during Volo's speech that you are not a fan of his. Tell me about that.
He didn't write his last book himself, and everybody knows it.
Well, I don't know if everybody knows it, but that's interesting.
Well, everybody should know it.
Did you write it?
Yes. I didn't write all of it, but I wrote large parts of that book. The guide to the Skullport one.
Interesting.
And he is out there getting all the credit for my work.
So, you don't like him because he stole your work. I understand that. Did you kill him?
What? No.
Oh,
Insight check.
Yeah. Same.
Go for it.
I'll follow that, but with the knowledge that it will be hilarious. Seven. Feels on brand.
23. Ooh.
Ah. So, I mean, Alina and Bo, you're not quite sure, but Felix and Theo, you're pretty sure that she's telling the truth and she didn't kill him. Did somebody kill him?
indeed, someone did.
Before this goes too much farther, it's not going to interfere with anything, but I am using a medallion charge to cast Detect Thoughts to just sort of skim those surface thoughts as Bella's continuing to converse with Skim, the tackler surface thoughts, not Bella's.
Okay. Surface thoughts are, she doesn't really mind that somebody did seem to have killed him.
Interesting.
And so what did Bella had Bella just asked something?
I just asked if she killed him, and she said no.
Yep. Okay.
Well, seems he had more than
Theo
one enemy, huh?
Theo has a message and is just gonna send to Bella. She seems legit.
And I'm willing to take that as a pretty solid.
Felix, the surface thoughts continue. Wait, the surface thoughts continue. I'm not sure if I wanted him to be dead. I wanted him to pay. I didn't want him to keep profiting off of my work, but I'm dead, etc.
Felix will just stroll over and give it a little pat on the shoulder and then stroll away.
She looks kind of confused. Then that wasn't Volo outside.
What?
There? Out there? It's a remarkable mimic.
Yes. As she tries to incite you, but fails.
So that was not Volo outside.
Apparently not.
What do you mean? If you could explain further, I'd be greatly appreciative.
I mean, we didn't go out and check. We could check. I'll go check. I go out to the hall to peek into the library and see who's there.
And Alina, while you're asking that, are you still nearby the heckler?
Yeah.
I know Volo's voice. I've heard him. We've all heard him. That was not Volo. It was a very good approximation, but it was not Volo.
Fascinating.
And if he is dead, then that would explain why it is not him.
If you could just keep that to yourself, though, for a little bit, because we're trying to figure out how it happened.
She nods.
Oh, before we go, have you seen a blonde halfling, hair in a ponytail, wandering around?
I think I saw her. Going into the library.
That's where I saw her coming out of. When did you see her go in?
Sometime after the speech.
After the speech. All right. Very good. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
Bo cheerfully heads to the library.
I think Alina just follows along behind Bo. And I also feel like this might be situation normal where she's like, I don't know where we're going, but then he does.
I feel like that probably happens a lot. Oh, being how he is.
I feel like they have a very well practiced game of good cop, bad cop. Or good cop, murder hobo cop.
That seems appropriate. So Felix is in the library?
With the steel pipe, yes. Felix would have just peeked into the library to see who was there and what they were up to.
Okay. Yeah, and So in the library, Felix sees a few people. He sees Faravax, who is seated and reading a book. The Castellanters are also seated and talking between themselves. And the halfling with the ponytail is also present and seems to be skimming the shelves.
I'll, as everybody catches up, Felix will sort of turn back to the rest of the group, and Bo will hear in his mind because he's still got the tooth. I think the halfling you were looking for is in there. If you're still looking for her, and then out loud but quietly to Theo. Also your frenemies. That's not the word. I don't know what the word is. The critics. I'll go take care of that.
Thank you. I'd appreciate that.
And I know what Felix would do next, but also I feel like I've been talking a lot because Felix talks a lot. So I'm gonna stop talking for a second and let somebody else do something without me talking over them.
If Felix is going to go do a thing, then Alina will stop following Bo to go follow Felix in the hope of I wear big heavy armor and look scary. Might be useful.
I think Bo is once again going to try and throw his voice a little bit to sound like Volo from around the corner to see if any people in this room react.
Amazing.
And then Theo hides behind a curtain to watch them.
Oh my god, Alina's passive perception is 9. She probably keeps hearing Volo outside and going, what the fuck is going on?
Like, Alina has seen Bo do this before. Like, this is, like, we're level 5, this is a level 4 AS, like, feat.
Okay.
took,
Alina's
so
intelligence is 0 and her wisdom is -1.
I mean, she knows he can do it. It's probably one of those things that she forgets frequently.
Yes.
Not on the radar right now.
She probably.
If anybody explains it, she'll know what's going on.
She's like, this is very confusing. Maybe it's a fucking ghost. Okay.
Okay. Bo, can you give me deception for that
Yes.
projection, please?
Yes. Oh no, that's a 14.
Okay. Okay, let's see. Faravax looks up, looks down again, doesn't seem to be that concerned. The Castellanters also seem to think that it's Volo. And the halfling, let's see here. The halfling looks surprised.
And I'll just, since it sounds like the Castellanters are probably not who we're going to want to talk to, what the Felix thing would like to do is use his all eyes on you feature to just go start chatting up the Castellanters and telling them cool stories about the monastery village commune in the mountains that he grew up in. So he's just trying to keep them busy and not looking at Theo.
Yeah, and they are taking a polite. They're taking a polite interest in the stories of his upbringing, and oh, a dragon, really?
Oh yeah, he's not here, but he's really cool.
Over in the corner, Faravax kind of snickers to himself. Yeah, and what was that insight roll, Theo?
I'm just trying to get a read on everyone's reactions, but it also seems like the halfling had a pretty visceral reaction to hearing Volo's voice.
Yeah, that was a visible. Let me check stat block. And that was a visible reaction of surprise. Yeah.
Okay. I send a message to the friends in the room just saying, like, if you didn't notice, Our halfling friend seemed pretty surprised about hearing Volo's voice in the hallway, so maybe that's our next lead.
So okay, so
And,
who
go
all
ahead.
is in this room? Is the Castellanters, the halfling, and do I know that's Felix's friend?
Were you there when
No, I think I was
I
chatting
don't
up
think
Eliana.
I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
think it
you
was
were there when Felix introduced him. Um, and also I believe in this room, so we've got Alina, we've got Felix, we've got Bo, we've got Theo. Is Bella here? I believe you're on mute, Bella.
Yeah, sorry. I got a little behind while I was eating, but yeah, I followed.
Okay. Um, great. And yeah. Was somebody okay, so anybody who would like to do a thing can go ahead and do a thing at this point.
I'm gonna go.
Unless you need DM guidance here.
I'm gonna go chat to that dragon guy that other guy that no one's talking to for some reason.
Okay. You go over and you go over to chat with the drow. And who regards you. And gives you a nod, but doesn't say anything.
Are you having a fun party?
Surprisingly, yes.
You don't like parties?
Not often. I prefer to keep to myself much of the time.
Hmm.
Got a few people who I like, but mostly people are exhausting.
I'm trying to think of what Alina would think to ask, because she didn't notice anything, literally anything with anything. So are you here to see? Are you a fan of Volos or?
I live here. I thought it would be fun to come downstairs for the party.
Oh, well, I mean, if you live here, then it's very easy access for the party.
It is.
That makes sense. Well, thank you for your time. And then she walks away because she is bad at interrogating people. She's like, oh, okay, he does not seem suspicious at all. No one is suspicious.
Theo sends another message from behind the curtain. No, the halfling! The halfling!
Bella goes over to the halfling and
Yeah, the
perhaps tries
halfling
to
is
be slightly more subtle this time.
yeah, the halfling is kind of is starting to leave the room, but Bella is able to successfully intercept her.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
What uh how are you enjoying this party?
It's a good party. I'm wondering when we're going to be eating dinner.
That is a question. How do you know Volo, or don't you know him?
I was invited as I was a +1 for her, and gesturing to somebody just outside the doorway. I don't know Volo.
Oh. You've never met him before, ever?
We spoke today. And by the way,
Interesting.
please don't expect any kind of consistency in character voices. It's a challenge.
That's fine. Um, I'm trying to think of what else she would say that isn't just So why were you so surprised to hear his voice just now?
He said he was going to be in the library signing autographs, but he's not in the library, so where is he?
That is a good point. I believe that means he's on his way.
Yes. Um, yeah. Just so you know, and so for insight, I think it usually helps me if you ask, like, do I believe her? Make an insight check. I think it just helps me to have that prompt rather
Okay.
than
Yeah,
saying
makes sense.
no
Sorry about
from
that.
that.
Yes, this is what I'm rolling for.
It's okay, yeah. Um, yeah. It seems pretty plausible to you. Um, give me Bella and anybody else who wants to give me perception.
What? What?
Okay.
Alina,
Alina notices one
job.
thing. One thing.
Yeah. Felix, and surprisingly, Alina, you notice a drop of pink liquid um in front of one of the bookshelves.
Yeah, Alina is immediately investigating because clearly it's very obvious. Because she knows her own fault. She knows that she's not good at this. So she's going to like kneel down and peer closely at it.
Yeah. It looks like the same liquid that you saw where Volo's mouth should be.
Well, that's gross. Um, I'm gonna look at the books and see if there's any correlation.
Yeah. Uh, give me investigation.
Those are books.
So you're looking behind books and you're looking behind books, and it takes you some time to find the right books. Um, but eventually you do locate an empty potion bottle hidden behind some books.
I will walk it over to Felix and hand it to Felix because Felix is better at such things.
And that's how I met Bergamot. He's downstairs. I think he's still downstairs. I haven't seen him in a little while, but he's here somewhere. If you see
Excuse
him,
me.
don't try
Excuse
to
me.
attract his attention.
Sir, what
Hi,
what is that?
oh, that's Alina. Hi, Alina. What's up?
No, what is that bottle?
I don't fucking know. That's why I brought it over to Felix.
Let's see it. I'll check out the bottle. Or recognize
Ah,
bottle or the residue or anything along those lines?
give me Arcana.
Is that Digby?
No, that's
Is not.
Vax.
Oh, it's
Digby
back.
is sleeping on the chair.
22.
Yeah. So it's definitely magic. You can tell that it's that it's necromantic magic. Um,
Oh, you're not gonna like that, Alina.
Oh, really? I was hoping it was something
Really.
fun.
Bella's gonna love it though. Let's take it over to Bella. It was nice
Oh,
to meet
Bella.
you.
while this is going on, the halfling is on her way out the room.
As she is heading out the door, Bo appears with his bandor and just starts playing. It's like, oh, funny running into you here. Can you imagine what a wonderful evening it is? Are you a singer at all?
No, and
Really?
keeps on walking.
I would like to cast Charm Person on her.
Okay, so that's a wisdom saving throw.
It is a wisdom save, and because hold on. Because I am playing the bandor, the last part, you can play the instrument while casting a spell that causes any of its targets to be charmed on a failed saving throw, thereby imposing disadvantage on the save. The charm person does have a somatic component, so this does apply. So she makes her saving throw with disadvantage.
Okay, that's an 8, which is gonna be a fail.
It is. It is. So as we're outside, like we still just like strumming along and just like playing like a really like a commonly known like folk tune. And he's like, surely you must know this one, and just like starts like singing along. Like it's he's playing it like half tempo, like an introductory kind of singing lesson sort of thing, and like is trying to encourage her to sing along with him.
Oh, that is a nice song. I don't play, but uh, and she tries to sing along. Let's see how good of a singer she is. Passable.
You're doing very well. You're picking it up quite a bit quickly compared to most that I speak to who aren't familiar with it. Are you from Waterdeep originally?
Yes, I am.
Oh, what neighborhood? Which
Uh,
which ward?
Tradesward.
Ah, you a merchant?
Well, my parents are.
Oh, what do they do?
Oh, they're in textiles.
Oh, textiles. Yes. Ah, what brings you to this party then? I don't mean to be rude. You're so delightful, and it's been wonderful speaking to you. But I would not expect textile merchantry to be present here. Do you make the binding of the books, perhaps, or manufacture the linen for the pages?
Oh well, I'm the +1 of, and she gives a name that I have not made up beforehand, but she does provide a name, and I have, and so that's how I came to this party.
Oh, excellent. I we just were, my family is, reasonably known within the area, but we came here on invitation of the host. I suppose everyone comes invitation of the host. Technically, that's how party invitations work, right? It's fascinating that individuals that you meet at these sort of events. Did you have the chance to meet Volo?
Yeah, I did.
How was your meeting?
Well, I tried to persuade him not to not to do his
drink,
book
please.
about ghosts. I don't think he was listening to me.
Oh well, there's something to be said for. He's a man who knows what he's about, and what he's about. If I don't mind me saying it, he's a bit of an ego, right?
Right.
Well, I hope we'll see him a bit later this evening, signing autographs.
Just between you and me, I don't think you're going to be seeing him later this evening.
Oh, has Bo drops his voice. Has he left already?
In a manner of speaking.
What do you mean?
I mean, he's not going to be telling any stories about ghosts anymore.
Was he moved on to skeletons, perhaps? Or zombies? Or specters? Or fae? Perhaps he's gone to fae.
I'm sorry, I can't keep in character. I'm laughing too much.
That's totally cool.
I mean, he's going to be telling some stories about ghosts from personal experience.
Oh, from having met them?
Mm-hmm. And she cracks a grin.
Oh. Wait, from having like met them like at a haunted house sort of thing, or from being dead?
From being dead.
Oh, charming. How do you know that?
Because I killed him.
Oh, excellent. And Bo will kind of like look over her head to the room to see like if anyone else has been paying attention whatsoever.
I have Theo slip out from behind the curtain and just kind of go out there for backup at this point.
Sure.
No,
I was
Alina's
there with backup.
Yeah, Alina's passive perception is 9, so unless Felix is like, we gotta go do the thing, Alina's just gonna be like, do 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 do.
No,
I found a
Felix is very,
bottle.
very earnestly presenting this bottle, helping Lena present this bottle to Bella, and explaining that it has some sort of necromantic residue in it. I'm like speculating about what that might mean.
And as you do that, Lady Castellanter actually gestures towards the bottle and casts a spell. Oh,
Okay.
that's a potion of flesh shape.
Oh, you spoiled the puzzle. But thank you. That's really helpful, I think. Why do you know that?
What is flesh shape?
Magic. That's how just a simple identification spell. And well, what it does is you are able to pour it over someone's skin and shape it into anything that suits your purpose.
Oh, that's kind of gross. Why would you do that?
Nasty bit of business. Who started? Yeah.
Interesting.
Sorry, Bella. I didn't think it was that kind of. I thought it was like different kinds of like the kind of necromantic that I thought that you would maybe be not into, but like there's cool kinds and there's less cool kinds. I thought it might be the cool kind. I wouldn't have brought it over to you if I'd known that was what it was. Thank you.
I didn't say I wasn't interested in it.
Okay, here you go then. I'm sorry, Alina. You found it. I shouldn't just give it away.
No, you can give it away. It's not my cup of tea.
Here you go. I mean, we can try to make more back at the house if you want later on.
No, I'm not. It's just it deleted a person's mouth, Felix.
I'm not saying we should use it. I'm just saying like it might be cool to know how it worked. Not like how it worked, but like. Sorry, I'll stop talking now.
For science.
For science.
I will let you two experiment with it, and if any aberrations happen, I will take care of it for you.
I so appreciate you. Where'd everybody go? Not everybody. Lots of people still here, but where'd
Can you talk to Bo and be like, where are you?
Oh yeah. Bo hears in his head. Where are you?
And on that note, the halfling is telling Bo stories about the cult that she belongs to and how they didn't want Volo investigating into ghosts and how she ended his research into ghosts rather permanently.
Yeah, Bo is just kind of like continuing to play along. And just like, oh, yeah. Oh goodness. Oh, then what? Oh. And then so hears in his voice, and kind of calls out into the library. I'm hearing the most interesting story out here, Felix. You really should come hear it. It involves ghosts.
Oh, Bo made another friend. I hope he's not
Good.
distracted. Let's go find out, though.
Yeah, of course. We'll follow.
So once they arrive, Bo will introduce this halfling. So these are my friends, Felix and Alina. We were just discussing Volo's untimely demise.
Oh, yes.
I mean,
And how it happened.
Oh, wow. I think we just
Yes.
found out how it happened, too. Maybe. No, not actually, we don't know if the, like, the untimely demise or just the, like, and, like, just sort of gestures at my mouth.
Of course. Well, you know, who is behind the untimely demise?
we do?
And like jerks his head towards the halfling.
Oh, what
I
the
look at her
fuck?
expectantly and with great curiosity and interest.
Yeah, Alina's like, what?
Yes, my patron did not want Volo investigating into ghosts.
Okay. So you little face melting between friends?
I was going to say made him a ghost between friends.
Oh, okay.
We're friends, right?
We
Of
are
course.
definitely friends. Yes.
Of course we're friends. Tell your patron. Who is this patron of yours?
And she. I am not able to come up with a suitable name right now, but she gives a name that sounds like some sort of a Lord of the Undead.
Oh, good.
Oh, Orcus. Great. Would you like to escort us to the balcony to tell us more about how you did this?
Sir, sure. Are you interested in the worship of Orcus?
I am very
Ah.
interested in the worship of Orcus and his worshippers. Yes.
It's one of her special hobbies.
And so up to the balcony we go, I suppose.
I think we do collect, I think Theo had already emerged from her curtain. We will collect Bella before, if she hadn't followed us out. If she wants to come. If she doesn't want to come, that's fine too, obviously. Bella's her own person.
Yes.
I'd also like to collect Eliana for this meeting as well.
Yeah, she is amenable to being collected.
It's a whole party.
Yeah.
So if I was interested in such a cult and perhaps visiting one of your meetings, where do those happen?
Oh, we have a location that's it's underneath it's underneath the bookbinders in the trades ward on Traveler's Way.
Okay.
There's a password.
Oh, so I would need the passwords in order to get in.
Yeah. Password is skeleton.
Oh, it's skeleton. Good to know.
Does it change?
Yes.
How often does it change?
Oh,
Is it always like body parts?
we just changed it. I think so. I think it was femur last week.
Oh, good to know. Okay. Well, we'll try to keep track of that so that we can go to this meeting and meet your friends and the cult of Orcus.
And Aliana follows. I'm sorry. What?
Oh, yes, she was telling us about her patron Orcus, Lord of the Undead, how she killed Volo because he was going to be investigating ghosts. You know, just chatting between friends. I think that anyone with
Offers a grin. As still playing his bandor.
You are my friends, yes. Well, he's my friend, and you're his friends.
And I'm sure he will vouch for me and how interested I am in Orcus and all things undead.
Yeah, so you're going up the stairs. And going up the stairs. And you reach the balcony. The ethereal plane is still faintly visible from beyond, from outside, from the outdoors.
So, I still have my gear in my bag, right?
Yep.
Cool. So I'm just going to nod to my friends and be like, you know what? We are such good friends. I would love it if we could get the group hug. That would just be fantastic.
Group out, everyone in, all together. Bo's still like playing his instrument. Like,
Are you gonna be able to hug Bo with like you? It seems like you just seems like you're busy.
Yeah, Bo might be busy with the music, but if someone could give our new friend here a nice tight hug, I would appreciate. I'm worried that my armor would hurt you if I hugged you too tightly. So perhaps someone will be my proxy in hugging you very tightly.
Oh, absolutely.
I feel like who gives good hugs here? Because I'm kind of scrawny, so it should be somebody who's much better at giving like good secure hugs than that.
I am very good at giving hugs.
You are. I have noticed that about you.
It's been a long time since anybody hugged me. The cult of Orcus isn't very huggy.
Not very huggy. I've heard that about them, but perhaps we can bring in a new group to like change them a little bit. Maybe more hugging. Is someone going to hug her?
Is somebody going to hug her?
Yeah,
I'm hoping someone.
Yeah,
I mean,
Bo will go ahead and like put it, slide his bandor like on its strap behind his back, and he will like pick her up, and, like give her a big hug.
Cool.
A very tight hug.
Very tight hug.
Arms pinned to her sides.
Cool, because Alina has 10 feet of chain and a lock.
Oh.
Oh, no, never mind. She doesn't need that. She pulls out the manacles she keeps in her bag for, not this, but they'll work. And the lock. Yeah, I forgot. I gave her manacles, and there's a whole reason why, but mostly for not this, but
Yeah. As she as you do that, when she realizes that you have got her up in manacles, she screams out an arcane word, and Alina, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Sure.
Alina, don't bother. It's a 20.
Oh.
Yeah. Cool. And so your vision begins to fade out for a while, but for a moment, and then reasserts itself.
Wasn't very nice. Not for friends.
She tried to chain me up. She chained me up. That mean she's not my friend.
No,
I mean, she really only does that with your friends, I think.
That
I
is
don't
something
I
you
don't
do
know
with
personal
friends.
experience, but that's what I've heard her say.
It's not how friends hug each other. You said hug.
I mean, Bo's giving. That's a good hug, right? Like Bo, that's a good hug, right? You're giving one of your nice hugs.
I think it's a nice hug, personally.
It seems very nice. It looks nice from here. I would enjoy it.
Yeah, would you like one? I can offer you one too.
It looks like you're busy, but maybe later. Thank you.
Rain check then.
He looks not enthusiastically.
Here,
Um,
if it makes you feel better, I will put one on my wrist, and then we'll be chained together, and then you won't lose me. I have a tendency to wander off, such things. Um, so
that won't make me feel better. Why are you doing this?
so that we can find this cult of Orcus that you are going to introduce me to.
Why am I going to do that?
Because we are friends, and you would like to spread the words of your patron.
I would, but what you just did wasn't very friendly.
I'm sorry, you are correct. I do apologize for what I have done.
Bo does set her down at this point. Takes a step back.
Aliana asks, so am I to believe that she killed Volo?
Yeah.
That's what she said, I think. Oh, that's right. That's what she said, right? We heard that.
Are we
That
still?
is what she said, yes.
Are we still? Do we need to ask her any more questions about the cult and things like that, or do we think we could, we have learned all we need to about that, and we can move along?
I mean, probably cult questions at some point, but it seems like we'll have plenty of time for that to learn all about our new friend and her cult. I'm a little fuzzy on the what do we have to, is it the black staff has to bring us back, or like what exactly justice do we have to do? Do we have to do justice, or does somebody else do the justice and we just have to identify the person for the justice?
And so as you're asking that question, Felix, you I'm looking for my handout text, and as you're asking that, you feel that same effect as before. You feel the you feel the shift, that falling sensation, and you see you see your surroundings shift from the ethereal plane to being back in Waterdeep. And Dex saves from everybody, please.
Who's ready for it this time?
Yep, everybody stays on their feet this time.
Cool.
Aliana stays on her feet.
I would like to tackle
Halfling
this.
stays on hers.
I would like to tackle the murderer and put those manacles on her. At this point, I do not care.
She was already manacled.
We got them on her. Oh, okay. Never mind then.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good then.
Yep.
Hooray! Justice was served.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So you should meet
she
some
kind of
more friends of ours.
she kind of she tries to wiggle, but she's pretty clearly manacled. You'll pay for this. Orcus will come for you.
Oh, good, because I would like to kill him myself. And I'm going to. No, I got a candle, got a water skin. I don't have. Oh, I have a set of fine clothes. I'm gonna pull out like a nice kerchief and just make sure that she's got her mouth nice and tight so she can't use any somatic things. So if you could just we're just gonna be quiet right now. Thank you.
Oh, you want to be quiet again? I can make her be quiet, or everyone be quiet, not just her.
I don't want us to be quiet, but I definitely want her to not be able to talk, and she's just gonna pull that knot real tight. Cool.
It sounds like she's attempting to curse at you in Infernal, but it's not really coming out.
Oh, I don't. Actually, no. Wait, hold on. I gotta check a thing. She might actually speak Infernal. Oh yeah, she'll say in Infernal, "Don't worry, I will be meeting your master soon." And this Alina speaks Infernal, so.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. So, we get her to summon the justice,
Yes. Oh, and addressing Eliana, there are some very good clerics who can take care of the Volo issue.
I
We've
have no doubt.
Yes, I know some families that have hired some very good ones for murder mystery parties that have gone awry.
I have an uncle, not that uncle, a different uncle, who would be probably very helpful. I can introduce you.
Oh, wonderful.
Actually,
I'm certain that temple would be of assistance.
um,
And I'm not possessed of that type of magic myself, but I know plenty who are. We can have that taken care of.
Actually, maybe my cousin Ariel will be a better fit. Anyway, we'll find someone for you. Especially with finding out all of the information we found out from her, I'm sure our temple will be very appreciative.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they'll be quite appreciative. Perhaps you'll get to achieve your goal of killing Orcus, even.
Someday.
I'm gonna cast silence on the, like trying to catch just our, like place the radius sort of so that our captive is within it, but Alita, who's holding onto her, is without. It just seems rude to talk about killing Orcus right in front of her. So I'm trying to protect her from the conversation that's happening right now.
Amazing.
And a few, the black staff followed by a retinue comes up the stairs. What has happened here?
Can I use a goat token to have Bergamot caper by and maybe headbutt the black staff?
Yes.
Amazing.
That's all.
Yeah. Consider the black staff to be headbutted. And so it is not her, but rather her second in command here, seeing as she's trying to dust herself off from the unexpected goat, who asks what happened. And Eliana explains that Volo was murdered. We shifted to the ethereal plane. This group brought the killer to justice. And if I think it would be best if you took care of him from here, unless the Temple of the Raven Queen would otherwise prefer.
I mean, we are going to probably work in tandem, I assume, you can arrange it with my others, to bring this cult of Orcus to its very bloody end.
I'm certain that you will. And the black staff says something like, "Oh yes, I'll be in touch with Ilya about this."
Fantastic.
And the halfling murderer is dragged off in manacles.
Are you gonna need those back?
I can get more pairs. I have some at home.
Okay. Okay. Can I have that hug now?
From me? Or,
Absolutely.
Well,
I mean, both would be fine.
sandwich!
Oh.
Hug.
Yeah, Felix is smushed between the two strongest members of the party, probably.
All right. So there has been a murder. The murder has been solved. Is there anything else any of you would like to do?
Alina, now feeling that she's probably off duty because they've done the thing, will ask Lenya to dance.
Aw.
Oh.
Yay! I love that.
Oh, I would be honored. Do we have music?
I mean, with this crowd, we always have music.
Theo whips out her lyre immediately.
Yep. Bo pulls his bandor out once again.
Felix produces his viol.
I love this for them.
this seems as good a time as ever to pan up into the starry sky as Alina and Lenya have a short dance to the rest of the party, except for Bella. What is Bella doing? Is she playing along?
She's just watching. She's not much of a hugger.
You don't
Yeah.
say.
That totally tracks. Checks out.
I love her so much.
Yeah.
Felix would after the music is after the dancing, this particular dance is over and the viol playing is no longer required, would immediately return to trying to encourage Theo to talk to anyone she wants to talk to, and trying to figure out whether or not they should be encouraging Bella to spend more time with Becker, or if it's not that kind of relationship. Like Felix has no strong feelings about what sort of relationship it should be. They're just not quite clear on it, so I want to make sure that Bella's getting what she wants out of it.
And
whatever
Alina
that may be.
will double check that the nickname Snack is appropriate.
Yes. Oh, the circle.
Amazing. Theo does want to go back to talk to Noir, was that her name?
Yep.
But first she's gonna offer her services to Eliana, because she has a disguise kit, and if it would help to make Volo look a little better while they wait to deal with his body.
Oh, that reminds me. And Eliana bends down and she casts a lesser restoration spell. And that gives Volo his mouth back.
Hooray! That's a way better job than I could have done.
She's not a creepy sight anymore.
How disappointed is Bella?
Much better.
I mean, you know, she's interested scientifically. It's not that she wants to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Bella and Felix will melt other flesh, like more aesthetically pleasing for science. Yes.
I mean, you know, it's like plastic surgery, but magic.
My goodness.
I love all of this.
Cool, well he's gonna be buried with a mouth, which is, I guess, all we can ask.
Yes.
No, I don't believe he'll need to be buried at all. The clerics will be able to assist.
Everyone tries to not look too disappointed. But Volo's impending resurrection.
Okay, or that. Great, happy for him.
That's not true. Felix is
Gonna go make out with a
genuinely happy
violinist now.
for Volo. There you go. I mean, it's not that I don't like you're very attractive and I like you very much, but I'm not. I don't think we have that kind of relationship. But thank you. But no, thank you. But thank you.
No, I meant the other violinist.
Oh, good luck.
Thank you.
Was that is that an intentional X card? I just saw a
No.
very big X card appear on the
No,
screen.
it's not. I didn't know. Sorry.
Okay.
Good checking though.
All right. So we pan down to and so Theo is able to find Noir, and the two of them are able to find a secluded corner.
Oh my. Happy endings for everyone. Except the halfling, I guess.
I guess. And then Eliana remarks, I suppose Volo, if Volo's going to do that book, he's got could have some first-hand experience.
He just has to find a medium.
Oh my gosh. We should all get first edition signed copies, though.
I mean,
We'll figure out a way to make it happen.
Yeah. So you have solved the murder mystery.
oh my god, this is
Somehow.
awesome.
Team. I enjoy this party very much.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It was so fun.
We're so effective and yet so ineffective at the
Yes.
same time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This was amazing. I don't think I have ever broken character like this.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's you're welcome is definitely appropriate because tacked
thank
onto that is
you.
thank you for having been such an entertaining party.
For running the
Yeah, this was
game.
incredible.
Yeah,
You're
it's awesome.
welcome.
Thank you.
I feel like
I am
this-
so glad you enjoyed the shenanigans. And apparently I have a new ship with Eliana in it, so thank you, Heather.
I mean, I think that they would find that they're very incompatible about once the evening wraps up and Alina's like, so I have more manacles at home. And you'll be like, no. And she'll be like, okay, maybe introduce you to my cousin Uriel then.
There we
Yeah.
go.
That's more like it.
I feel like Alina would do would be a good person to be like, actually I don't want to date you after all, but let's totally be friends. Like I bet Alina's a great
Oh
person
yeah, Alina is
to
not
have
offended.
dated, a great person to be dating, a great person to be about to date. Like
Alina,
Yeah.
Alina will
to
put
know.
on the full court press, and then when she's told no, she'll be like, okay, you know who would be good for you? Oh, that person over there. I will go wingman for you.
I love her so much.
She does not take it at
Alina's
all
the
personally.
friendliest ex.
I have an
Oops, Alina.
Elena in my life.
Yes,
Oh,
everyone needs an Alina in their life.
Oh,
Where
to
do we
have
find
all of
Alina?
these people, to have a Bo and a Felix and a Theo and a Bella, and all of them together.
Delightful group.
Now I'm just imagining how all of their other adventures went and how they all made out with it, except for Felix made out with that siren.
Yep.
And I can see
Yep.
it happening so clearly.
Yeah. Yes.
If I ever write that siren adventure, I will let you all know.
my
Absolutely.
God.
Yes. Yes, please
Um,
do.
And same with if I ever think of any follow-up shenanigans to come out of this, because there could be some follow-up shenanigans.
I think we have a
You
cult
know.
of Orcus
Yeah.
There's the cult of Orcus to infiltrate. There's the surprisingly helpful Castellaners.
I mean, and we're all so stealthy, so I'm sure.
So stealthy.
Will go super well.
So stealthy.
So,
Oh, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, go ahead. You go.
Oh no, I was just. Oh wait, I actually forgot. I do have a pretty decent stealth modifier. I mean, it's not amazing. It's +5, but it's like it's. I was gonna say, does anyone who has a positive stealth modifier, and does anyone have a positive
So-
strength modifier?
I have a positive stealth modifier, but I roll at disadvantage because half plate.
Because you, there it is.
Because I wear adamantine.
Congratulations, Alina, you're a rogue.
Alina's the stealthiest paladin.
Yeah.
But she got lucky. I gave her lucky. I gave her the lucky feat.
Oh, nice.
Just for
Yes.
funsies. Because I was like, okay, if there is a roll that I really do, like, that feels wrong for her to fail, then I want the ability to re-roll. So, but
Yeah.
everything she failed so spectacularly and hilariously. I was like, no, that's appropriate.
Go has a positive
yeah.
strength modifier, doesn't he?
He does, yes. He has a 12 strength score. He is not athletics proficient, but with Jack of all trades, it's a
Yeah.
+2. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bella's plus
Grades.
1 strength.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just one
God,
though.
that-
Go
I mean,
Bella.
mine's -1, so.
Alina's +2,
I mean,
so
-1 dex. So
+2 and trained in athletics, so she could have but she was
Oh,
like,
there you go.
but she was like, if we can do this without bloodshed and more
Yeah.
bloodshed, then Alina's the type that she is happy to take a pacifist option if it presents itself.
Yeah.
That's always
It
been
would've
Alina's character.
It would have been fascinating to see how you all did in combat, but that turned out to not be necessary, so I wasn't going to force a combat upon you.
I mean, it depends on how you're defining combat, because, like, social combat absolutely is a thing with this group.
1000%.
Yes.
There were 2 murders, just only one of them was physical.
This is like the bow walking into the hallway playing a song moment was so epic, and like I totally forgot that Theo has both Speak with Dead and Zone of Truth, but but not needed.
Alina
because
has
that
Zone of
was
Truth
amazing.
too, but it hasn't been necessary.
Yeah, so that was why the whole business with Volo's mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he has to have a jaw.
Because you have to have a mouth in
okay.
order to do Speak with Dead, and our halfling cultist knew that.
Very
Uh-huh.
good.
Yep, she would.
Of that.
She would.
What a delightful
yeah.
detail.
Bo just walking around constantly playing the Bandora too. Like I didn't think anything of it.
That
funny.
was so good.
Like, he
Oh,
could be that
right.
asshole at a party with a guitar, but he's just too likable.
It's too nice.
Yeah, Bella.
Yeah,
Bella's
Bella.
origin story. That was gonna be the first time I ever DM'd, was when I logged on 2 hours before the first session of Death House, having seen everyone else's character except Missy's, looked at Missy's character and just like sat back in my chair. I was like, this is what's happening now. This is my life. It was very good. I was like, okay, here's Bella's one. It's fine.
Always appreciated Twilight Combat.
Yes.
Oh, the memories.
We all got through it